What up, everyone?
Station.
Station. Happy Whiplash Wednesday. Happy New Comic Book Day. It's like Christmas every day
Everyone.
for 52 weeks of the year. For us comic book fans, we always love it. You know, you guys always know I always love this day. This is one of my all-time favorite days. Might be, I can't. I get a chance to talk with everybody out there, and then now with you guys in this. Let's talk about it remastered. And before we go on, how you guys doing, Phable?
Oh man, I'm doing great, man. Now that I'm here, the day has gotten so much better, man.
Steph?
Doing wonderful. I have tried to avoid spoilers for this movie for like the first week. Then I saw it. Now I've been waiting to talk about it, so I'm excited. Yeah.
It's a lot of years in the making. A lot of years in the making. A lot of years. It's like a 1 year really, because I didn't see this movie till like another year. Like last year I saw it. So, it's been a whole year since I seen this. Yeah, guys, I always use that.
Yeah.
It's been a year since we've done this show. You know what I mean? It's been a long time. So
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm glad a lot of people was able to see it. I avoided social media for like 3 days until literally Monday. I kind of stopped, maybe Monday night, and then like till that, and I ended up watching it that Thursday, and
Right.
I wasn't, spoiled at all, and I was happy about that. Of course, a lot of the stuff in the movie, you know what I mean, like we kind of knew, but
Right.
we'll talk more about that a little bit later, because today is a special show. Today is January 5th. 2022. I gotta get the year right because I'm still in last year's mode. You know what I mean? But this is a special show. This is I might as well put it up here. Happy birthday, Sam. Sam's birthday. He would have turned 50 today, and this was the plan originally to review this movie, and then we weren't gonna rank them until we reviewed all the movies, but special occasion. We unfortunately we lost him a couple of months ago, and I thought this was we had our shows to talk about him and all the loss that we feel when we lost him. This is more a celebration of Sam. You know what I'm saying? We can just celebrate him. This would have been his 50th birthday, and why not do it on Whiplash Wednesday? It landed on Whiplash Wednesday
Yeah,
because
that's
I already
crazy.
knew that a few months ago. So I had that whole all plan. And so I'm a little emotional right now, but it's like bittersweet kind of way, you know what I mean? It's on his birthday, so why not celebrate it the best way we can with all our friends here and in the chats, reviewing No Way Home. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
before we get to that real quick, I like to talk about this also with Flash Wednesdays. You know, like I said, new comic book day, and all that. So you know, we had a couple of our buddies do a bunch of shows today. I'm gonna highlight them real quick. Of course, we always start with the cadet video. Our guy Nick, you know what I mean? Station to him, always one of my favorite videos of the week, because I get to see, like, my favorite part is after the comics when he shows all the toys and stuff, and I'm like, should I hit him up or should I not? I might be in trouble. The lady like, no more toys, Herm. You know what I mean? So yeah, one of my favorite things, of course. These might be in order, or not in order. I'm just gonna show them. Of course, Manny, if I'm not mistaken, dropped his video. It's the best Batman story. You know what I mean? Kind of opposite of Spider-Man. He did Batman, but because he did Spider-Man before already, so all good, Manny. You know I love Batman, so it's all good. Of course, our guy Brandon, who's waiting for us. You know the whole. With our guy.
Guys.
Yeah, with our movie star, you know what I mean? You know, he's got to have our movie star up in there, you know. Christ
that
Infinite
guy that looks
Rants.
like a bum in the red hoodie.
No, that's the sexiest bum I've ever seen.
So yeah, they had that awesome video there. And then in case you missed any of these shows, of course, watch it on the rewind. Which of course, if you like any of these videos, you know what I'm saying, hit subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up. Damn, I messed up that whole thing already. I guess this is actually a show like what we always did with Sam. Like, I always mess things up. We were always late. Like today.
We're keeping with the themes.
Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ding, ding,
if
ding, that bell
anything,
for notification from these future videos. Go ahead.
If anything, we're consistent, right?
Consistent, right? Because that's what we want to be. TM Nerdy with Nicole had episode 36 already. You know, chatting with the community. Nice. Awesome conversation with Nicole. She's an awesome person in the industry. She's also part of that Queen of Comics show and all that with J Rails and Sheena, Moonlight, and the Binja and all them. They do a fantastic show. Keep on keeping on. We got like Nick Comic Culture. He came back with a weekly comic book call. You know what I'm saying? And then of course Brandon went back and talked to the man Jaden McKay. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty cool. Pretty impressive. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of awesome shows.
Everybody follow Comixkings, man. He's killing it out there with the creators, and you know, we love these comics. We want to hear from these creators. Brandon's got them, man. Go man. To Comixkings.
He's also one of the best out there doing it right now already. You know what I mean? So I'm proud of you, brother. We'll bring you in soon. I know you're back there going, Wayne, are you gonna bring me in? You know what I'm saying? I'm here backstage.
Yeah.
Or he's already used to it. It's like, these guys are gonna go forever. You know what I mean? So before I bring these guys in, let's go to the chats real quick, and then I'll bring you guys in. You know what I mean? Because I know our other guest, he has to leave soon, so we gotta get to the movies real quick. So Chamorro Cinema, we have to talk with the program director. I don't know. Like, the chat's jumped already. So if you said anything before, just say it again. I'll put you up. But Station Manny, thanks for being on there. Thank you for that awesome intro for this show to match up with our guy Phable. Well, that guy. A combination of the video and the music. Beautiful. I couldn't ask for anything. Thanks to both of you for that. I'm always gonna appreciate both the video and the music. Everybody loves the music. Is very important to anything. So thank you, Phable. You're the freaking man.
Anytime, brother. Anytime.
Thank you, Manny. And like, I wish I was that talented. I don't know, Steph. Steph has talent. It's good looks and movie star looks. You know, I don't have any of that stuff.
I just fake it, and I somehow escape by. It's been luck at this point. Let's be honest.
Sheila Thompson Station, thanks for joining. She said happy birthday to Sam earlier. Always grateful for you to join us. Always part of our family. Always welcome. Thank you for being here. Brother Joe, I haven't heard from Brother Joe in a couple of days. I've been busy myself. So Brother Joe, miss you, brother. Love you. Eric the Stash up in here. Where's the stash? I heard it was missing again, and we gotta find it. You know what I'm saying? Put it in the back in the milk carton again, cause I don't know. Or maybe it's back. I heard like he can grow in half a day or something. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe half an hour. I don't know.
Yeah, that's my superpower, guys.
In 2 minutes, he has a 5 o'clock shadow. You know what I'm
saying? Like Santa Claus and with Tim Allen.
Great movie. We might have to cover that in the future. But prime time station, man. You got the link. You're welcome anytime on here. If you're nervous and you don't want to come out, I don't want to pressure you. Come anytime. Maybe you want to come for a show and talk about the movies. Come in anytime you want during this show. If you want to stay, hang out backstage. It's all good, bro. Just don't feel pressured. I know this is tough and all that. It's tough on a lot of us still. We all miss Sam and hope to see you here. But if it's not, I'm not disappointed. No one is. We love you and keep doing your thing, bro. Because I always keep in contact with that man. At least every other day we say hi to each other, almost every day. So it's pretty cool. You know, to have a brother like that. So hopefully one day I'll go to Portland and we could hang out and go to shops and stuff, you know. Sheena, station. Happy birthday once again. It's a couple of days ago.
Yeah, belated birthday,
yes. They had an awesome show yesterday, and I was a little late for that. You know, I apologize, but great show like you girls always have. Gal Squad. There you go. Gal Squad. I was looking for that name too. I was like, wait, what's their name? Sheena, thank you. ComicKings. He's probably like, yo, when I'm coming in here, bro. When I'm coming, Fargate is like, yo, finish line. Can we go?
Hashtag still backstage.
John Stout still backstage. And he got the Spider-Man Marvel. Nick the comic nerd. Nick the comic station, my man. Talk about Nick. I might as well just talk about it real quick, guys. I do have it on here. We're doing a certain show is gonna coming back. I don't remember a Phable, Steph. You guys remember what show is coming this Sunday? Was there something? Boom!
I forgot all about this.
There we go.
Nick the comic nerd is our guest for that show this weekend, Sunday, 6 p.m. on the Insta. We got our first guest of the year, Nick the comic nerd. Will be and Steph, what movie are we gonna cover?
We are doing the modern day romance classic Drive. No, I don't know about romance classic, but we're doing Drive. I love it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing Drive on that day. So I can't wait to see you there. Nick, never enough Nicks. So I'm glad another Nick is gonna be on our show. And let me see. I want to make sure I didn't miss Sleepy Rita, Damien. He's having dinner. Station, my man. Thanks for joining us over there in the West Coast. Who else? I want to make sure I don't miss. Hardcore Station. It's been a year since I've been able to say that on my show. So, Hardcore Station. Oh man, John, start saying hi to us. Newbie Comics Station, my man. Station. Oh man, there's so many awesome people up in here. I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody. I think I got everybody. Oh, of course.
Hey,
John Thomas,
best AI in the business.
I was looking for him, so I could do that for him. You know what I mean? So I could do that. You know, everybody knows I love doing that. I know I saw 62 up in here, and now 62? I can't find him. 62, what's up? 62 Station. When I can find you, I'll put you up. There you go, Station. Happy New Year to you all. It's still New Year. A lot of people wonder when can you stop saying Happy New Year. I feel like still first or maybe a little bit into the second week. I feel like it's 2 weeks if you haven't seen the person yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's still a new year. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like people like 2 or 3 days later. Oh, that's old already. That happened 2 or 3 days ago. What are you talking about? You know what I mean?
Still the new year. We're still gonna acclimate. I'm still confusing my days with 2021. You know, so
yeah. When I look at 2020, I think that's last year.
Yeah. Oh my God. Last year. I don't know what I was watching. Oh, it was Shade Room, guys. Completely off topic, but Lil Boosie was on, but he was talking about how 2021 just flew by. Like it didn't seem like a year at all, and I was like, I agree with that. Like it seems like it was like 4 or 5 months, and it was a new year. But you know what they say when you're having fun.
A lot of fun.
There you go.
Nah, where this fun was, I do not know, but no.
Yeah, so we're gonna have an awesome show today. Like I said, happy birthday to our guy Sam. This is for you. I can't wait to talk some Spidey with you guys. Let me start bringing these guys in. They're starting to get restless back there. You know what I mean? And I was gonna mention this, but he kind of beat me to it. You know, I did not forget. I don't have the other thumbnail for it, but I'll just do our normal thumbnail. The Amazing Collector Edition show this Monday. Already the second Monday of the new year. We're gonna have a great show, and if I'm not mistaken, Omar's gonna be in there. So let me bring in our guy Fargate, part of that show, where he can tell me if Omar's gonna be there or not. Station. Fargate.
Yeah, I confirmed with him yesterday.
All right. So,
I told him Saturday him and his wife do a Saturday morning stream, and he's gonna mention the show that he's gonna be on it too.
Oh, nice.
And I gave him a link to your channel, so hopefully he'll put that in chat too, and we can get you some more subs.
Yes. Yes. I can't wait to have a chat. I'm just happy to have him back and have a chat with him.
I want to talk to him about the announcement he made of the Spider-Verse Spider-Geddon omnibus that I've been bugging him about for the last 2 years.
Yeah. You've been bugging. A lot of people bugging for omnibuses, and he's like, I'll try my best, guys. I don't work for them. I just Gabriel, all that. But
So is he these just like omnibuses you want him to cover, or?
Oh, he's going to talk. He's got a relationship with Marvel. He gets all the information. He gets all the early news and the previews, and and so he's got like it looks like 50,000 omnis. If you look at he's got a video tour, updated video tour on their condition of his library. You should go check it out.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out.
All right, so we got Derek up in the house. Station Derek, he's been on plenty of Sam shows.
Where's that annoying little lawyer? Are you bringing him on?
Power Max, you know what I mean? But let me bring on the youngster, already a star in the making, and he just started. Might as well bring him in to talk some Spider-Man, and we have an extra guest too. So let me bring in our guy, ComicKings, Brandon, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Station. First off, I have a couple of rebuttals. Stefan, when I asked you for the picture, that is the bum picture you gave me. So if you'd like a new one, all you gotta do is
okay. Also, in my defense, let me just comment on this. I didn't know it was gonna be used for every video. I thought it was just for one video. He kept saying, "Send me a picture link. Send me a picture link." And I was like, "I will." He's like, "Link, you can't just send me a picture real quick." I was like, "Fine." Like I sent it right before
5 business days.
That's
all right, guys.
A weekend to me.
This is a conversation for another day.
Also,
Inja, Station.
Hi, Inja.
All right, Brandon, keep going. Let's go. Like, we got a show to do. What else you got here, brother? You know what I
mean? When we were backstage, I said you had a 20-minute intro. It's been 20 minutes, so...
And we delivered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We delivered. Almost
Did
20 minutes.
Did we just become best friends?
Yeah.
You want to go do karate in the garage?
Yeah, sure. I'll break my back, but go ahead. Why not?
Hey, me too, bro. I'm right with you.
So, real quick, guys, let's bring in another buddy. He came in. Yes, I'm glad he's here. my man, you know, the myth, the legend, and all that. Like to me, he is our buddy, prime time, Station. Man, how you doing? I know this is rough for you. It's rough for all of us. Thank you for coming on. We're gonna talk about the movie we know he would have loved. So, Station, man, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. How you doing, man?
Kind of dark.
It is dark.
Well, the movie was dark. You know, you got to watch it. You know, it was pretty dark in the movie. You know, when you watch the movie, it's very, very Sam Raimi-ish. You know,
always gotta set the mood. Yeah, it is.
All right, Tom. Thanks for being here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can chime in whenever you want and stuff like that. I'm excited to have you here. I think this is the first time. This is the first time you've been on the show.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, nice. Thanks for coming on. I hope you could be on for the whole show. If you need to leave or anything, let me know. We're gonna review the movie in a sec, and also we're gonna rank the movie. So I hope everybody's got their rankings ready and all that. It was tough for me, man. I was looking at it like, oh Lord, you know, everybody knows I'm a Spider-Man fan. I love Spider-Man. So did Sam, my man Tom too. Bruce. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Brandon loves Spider-Man like that. You love Spider-Man like that, Brando?
I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man's one of my favorites.
All right. And then
Why are you lying?
My two hosts, love Spider-Man too. You know what I mean? So why not have all of us here to talk some Spider-Man? And Maria, Station, you know what I mean? The creative director. And Aiko,
yeah, but a special guest.
Aiko, Station. All right, who you got?
Spider-Man.
Hold on.
Make that man big.
It's
Spider-Sam.
Spider-Sam.
Oh.
The one and only. Yo.
Yeah, I know they were making those.
So,
how do you get one?
Well, he's next to the headquarters. You know what I mean? Yeah. He could always go over there and, you know, get some custom made.
Sick.
Yeah. Nice.
That's awesome.
Yo, thanks for that, Tom. That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say before we get started? You know, want anything, or you want to get started? Yeah.
Yeah, let's get started. Let's get this party going here.
All right. Yeah. So, guys, since you know, now, if anybody out there, this will be a spoiler, so I'm gonna throw down the line. As a spoiler is there, that means we're spoiling anything we talk about. And then once we're done, I'm going to take it out. So if you want to mute it because you haven't seen the movie yet and all that, but you want to keep us on and then see what we say later. Because later on, not only, before I go to this, you guys know I have to do this. You know what I'm saying? Because it's one of Sam's favorite things too. After we do the rankings and review, we do a certain return that returned last week. And this is the first time this year that I do it. You guys know I always like to build it up. You guys know it.
You need some theme music for this. Where's the theme music for Show and Tell?
There it is. That's the theme music.
I feel like we need a Journey guitar when Herm does that. You go.
Yeah, we Brandon, if you want to learn how to play guitar, or if you got to do it, you want to bling bling bling, you could. You're more than welcome.
I'll give you 3 plucks on the violin.
There you go.
Yeah, I got Link doing it for me.
All right, so that'll be a little bit later. We're gonna do, of course, No Way Home. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can hear me good. Yep. I thought I was echoing a little bit, so I was just like,
yeah, it sounds like Link. Someone's.
Hello. Everybody hear me good? I think I broke
now.
I think I broke it and made the echo come once I started singing, but you know, I don't know if I just keep singing. But oh, Verno in the house. Hey, what's going on, fellas? Happy New Year. I have a new podcast coming next week. You know what I'm saying? With everybody. My man Verno, Happy New Year. We're planning on doing the show together. You know what I'm saying? It's in the works. I'm hoping I could get my 2 buddies up in here to do it with me. I mean, you know, we'll see. We'll talk about that a little later. But I'd like to do a collaboration with Verno and maybe have him one of our future shows. So can't wait for that. But leave my dude alone. John Comes with Kids in the house. Station. All right, guys. So Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? The movie. I'm hoping to get Link back in here. You know what I mean? Before we start talking.
He's missing again.
He's missing. He's always missing, that guy. You know what I mean? Every time, just when I thought I found him, he just goes missing again. You know what I'm saying?
That's when he thought he's out. You pull him back in.
Audio issues. My bad.
It's all good, man. I was worried. I was like, oh, is that me? I'm not gonna say the P word. 'Cause every time I say it, everybody's like, that's what she said. You know what I'm saying? Not none of that.
I just think Steph really likes to look up to you.
I did. I actually just wanted to be right next to Herm. And, you know, vicariously I can live through Herm and be next to Phable and Fargate and Tom and be furthest away from Brandon.
Oh, Lord.
Ooh.
All right, guys.
Ooh.
Real quick, we're going to talk about, like I said, spoilers to anybody who hasn't seen it yet. We're going to talk about it now. So if you want to, mute it, don't leave. You know what I'm saying? Just mute it. You know what I'm saying? Just turn the volume down. Now's the time. And really quick, before we talk about No Way Home, we're going to talk about Homecoming and Far From Home. So Spider-Man Homecoming came out July 7th, 2017. I remember when that movie first came out, a lot of people was excited to see him in the MCU already coming off of Civil War. You know what I mean? And I was excited to finally go in there, and I loved it. You know what I mean? I was just excited to have him in the MCU. You know what I mean? And I know it's different from what we read in the comics or the other movies. I felt like there was a lot of stuff that happened in this movie that, if you're a get off my lawn guy, you're probably not gonna like this movie. You know what I mean? But I enjoy it so much. So my first impression of that movie when I went on there, I was all in. I enjoyed Tom Holland. I thought he was good. I thought he was a solid Spider-Man and a solid Peter Parker. You know what I mean? So together he became like something like different than the other actors. You know what I'm saying? Which we'll talk about later. The Sam Raimi and the Webb. What's his first name? The Webb. I keep forgetting his first name, but
Mark Webb.
Mark Webb. So this series, everybody forget that this was actually an MCU movie. Spider-Man started off late because the whole licensing thing with Sony and all that. So they had to figure out a way to bring him in after all the movies that already came out. Why not bring in a young Peter Parker? And then, of course, Tony Stark became his mentor, not Uncle Ben. So that's why a lot of people say, Tony Stark Jr. and all that. But yeah.
Fair.
But for the most part, I enjoyed it. I'm going to put this one in my rankings later on. Everybody will see where I put it. If you guys see my top MCU movies, I put it at my number 4 of top MCU movies. So you guys know I love this movie. So going around the table in order, starting with Phable. What was your impression of Homecoming? I know it wasn't really a big impression on you.
I'm excited to see a Spider-Man movie, period, right? Like, I love Spider-Man so much. See him on the big screen is always exciting. It's always good. It's not a bad movie at all. It is a pretty good movie. But was I in love with it? Nah, not too much. I can't say I was. There's certain things, like I didn't mind any of the
Breakfast Club
origin
stuff.
changes and stuff.
Breakfast
It not being Uncle Ben and it being Tony Stark and Aunt May being young and not old, and them living in an apartment and not a house in Queens, and they changed a lot of things. But I was totally cool with all that stuff because I know this is not the 616. This is the MCU, right? Everything's just a little bit different, right? So I'm cool with all of that. The only thing that it drug down for me was a lot of the forced love bits where he was trying to get with that girl and that ended up being Vulture's daughter. You know, I felt a lot of that was forced and stuff, and you know, it was just a little things here and there. But overall, I did enjoy Homecoming. I
Oh,
did
nice.
enjoy it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, Fargate, what was your impression of Homecoming? I know you're the critic over here. You know what I mean?
I thought it was okay. I mean, I wasn't overwhelmed by it. I mean, it seems like they pulled a lot of stuff from the Ultimate Universe, and
Yeah.
so
I mean,
it's
that's
like,
kind of the MCU though. In fair honesty, they borrow a lot from the Ultimate Universe for the MCU.
right. So, you know, it was okay. I mean, Tom Holland probably is the closest to the right age to play Peter Parker. I want to ask you, Herm, since Peter Parker is from your neck of the woods, how did you think he handled the accent? Since he's another British actor playing another American superhero.
I don't. I didn't. I don't. I didn't. I thought his accent was pretty good. I didn't think it was a New York type accent. To be
No,
honest.
not New York.
Right.
Not a lot of these people really know how to catch it. You know what I mean? Like like that's how I felt. So yeah, I didn't figure he was a New York, but a lot of people can't do it right. So it's all good. You know what I mean? But you generally like the movie though.
I mean, yeah, overall I liked the movie, but you know, it wasn't like, wow, that's the greatest Spider-Man movie I've ever seen. Definitely
Right.
wasn't near the top of my rankings, but it was good.
It's okay. Okay. Brando,
Yo.
what was your impression of this movie? Which I'm interested because you are the youngest here, and how was it? You were a young man when this movie came out, right?
I was in high school when Civil War and all that was coming out, and No Way Home, or I don't know what we're talking about, Homecoming. I think I must have been a senior in high school. I was either a junior or senior in high school, and this was coming out, and I was excited
Now
to
I
see
feel
Tom
old.
Holland. But you are the youngest looking one here, and that's next to Link, who still looks no older than 22, you know. So
Forget about it.
I never really considered how impactful Tom Holland was going to be, mostly because I didn't feel as connected to what I like about Peter Parker in Tom Holland Spider-Man. I really see the core values of Peter being his struggles, being his ability to make everything work, right? And that's kind of a thing that speaks to real life about Peter Parker's character is he's never too busy for someone. And he's the most busy guy, like on the surface, but he makes time for everybody, right? Even if it's like 2 minutes to call Mary Jane or to spend 5 minutes picking up eggs for Aunt May, you know? So those kind of concepts just kind of went under the radar for me, and I didn't get attached to Tom Holland. I enjoy the movies as entertainment, but I didn't really associate that as what I love about Spider-Man, who is one of my favorite heroes, even though I kind of ragged on the ongoing series a while ago. But Spider-Man is in my top 4 Marvel characters,
Okay.
I would say. So
Nice.
that's kind of my perspective on it. I didn't hate it. I just didn't go crazy for it. Not until what we just got. It's like I'm still like geeking out about it. I'm like, oh my gosh. But
I don't want to jump the gun, but it kind of like a lot of people changed their minds about the first 2 movies when they saw this one. But
oh yeah,
we'll
no,
talk.
The way I
boat.
look at
Let me
it
be the first to
is
admit.
that it was the first 3 movies are this origin, you know,
Yeah,
instead of like one movie.
Like it's like a Bendis style, like Bendis,
Yeah.
like ultimate 6 issues into the origin story, you know, something like that.
It was like
That's how it
5
felt
issues in, and he didn't even have his costume. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like, they took their time developing.
All right, so
JT, that comment.
so cool. So I thought it was pretty interesting. Different. We all live in different places and different times, so I'm pretty interested in what everybody was feeling at the time. I'm also interested anybody from the West Coast how they felt when this movie came out. Being a Spider-Man fan, Tom, how did you feel when Homecoming came out?
Oh man, excited, on top of the world. But like other people have said, Tom Holland's version of Peter was definitely, like Phable was saying, definitely not the standard 616. MCU, I guess, form-fitted, molded, crafted, cookie-cuttered in, shoehorned into Civil War. Being a prodigy to Tony Stark, I think that's a lot of people's major quip with the Tom Holland trilogy is that the ongoing joke, Iron Man Jr., Iron Lad. But yeah, it definitely is an origin story for Tom Holland's Peter.
Right.
And like I said, I don't want to go into spoilers, but Tom Holland's Peter Parker comes into his own in No Way Home.
Yeah.
Probably the best acting I've seen from Tom Holland out of all three movies.
Facts.
I noticed in the first movie, the Vulture wasn't given the moniker of the Vulture. I actually mentioned that to Sam, and he thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if that had anything to do with the Sony, Marvel, Disney ongoing.
Yeah, it did.
Copyright stuff.
A lot of
stuff.
A lot of stuff that happens. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, is it like could they still use the Vulture in the future, kind of, sort of, since they didn't name him the Vulture? Like they could come out with another guy that looks just like him, call him the Vulture, since
I think Sony has all the rights to Spider-Man and his characters and villains, so they could do whatever they want.
Yeah, but why would they reuse the Vulture? That's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, but why wouldn't they call him the Vulture then?
Yeah.
I think
maybe they will.
Vulture is like this. It's I don't know. Some people can't stand him, and some people love the Vulture, like because it's an old school Spider-Man villain.
Oh, I love the Vulture. I love the Vulture.
Yeah, but there is a lot of up and down with him. But a lot of the stuff that happened in this movie, like Jonah without the top and all that, MJ been calling Michelle Jones. A lot of people hated that. That's why a lot of the old school, like people who like the old school stuff, hated this movie. Like I hear a lot. Oh, Iron Man Jr. Oh, no Mary Jane. What the heck is that? You know, the Jonah don't even have a full head of hair.
I mean, it took a lot of liberties. Like Ned is essentially Genki. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Ned does not look like that in 616. They just took the image of Genki and placed him in the movie and called him Ned. You know, so they were taking liberties. I can see why it threw some people off.
They use a lot of Miles stuff in Homecoming. I noticed a lot of little things like that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why there was a lot of
Melvin.
Like critics towards that, because it was like it should have been Miles Morales, but the MCU still needed a Peter Parker
to
first.
Get Peter,
to get him in here. The young thing, Peter being young and all that, is probably why it should have been like a Miles with the Genki. Right. But I figure it's MCU, since everybody's already grown up, you know what I mean, with all the other characters, they wanted to give him a best friend and change it up a little bit. So they kind of mixed a lot of different things to this with the MCU, which I was okay with. I don't mind different, you know what I mean? And I knew this was MCU, and I knew they were trying to change from the first two trilogies, because the end of both of those first two trilogies, the second one wasn't even a trilogy, but those last two movies from those two first, the Webb and Sam Raimi, left a bad taste to a lot of Spider-Man fans' mouth. So they wanted to do different things. That's why you didn't see a lot of Uncle Ben in these movies. And in saying that, Steph, what was your general impression when you first saw Homecoming?
I enjoyed it. Like kind of these guys, it wasn't lackluster to me. I definitely thought it was fun, but it wasn't the definitive version of Peter for me. I think that Tom Holland's Peter kind of suffered from, like Brandon was stating earlier, I associate Peter Parker with his struggles and how he's always fighting that uphill battle, but he's still doing the right thing. I felt like Tom Holland's Peter had like the good life. He hadn't really lost anything. They didn't elaborate on Uncle Ben, so we don't know how that affected him. He lived with his aunt. Yeah, he didn't know his parents, but he went to a very nice school, had a good friend, had a billionaire inventor genius mentor that it was like life was so good for him up until the third movie, and it's like it was like I was waiting for that learning lesson, like what is going to be that moment that is heavy on Peter for Tom Holland, and that didn't happen until the third movie. But regardless, I enjoyed
disagree.
Homecoming. I think it was.
Think it happened in the second movie too.
Yeah, I agree. I think Homecoming was fun though. You know, it's weird for me because I love the third one the most, but I love Far From Home as well. But I almost feel like that's just such an odd Spider-Man movie. So I don't know the placement with these movies right now.
All right, we'll decide that a little bit later.
All
you know
right,
what I mean? But so
I enjoyed it.
You still enjoyed it. All right, so generally everybody here enjoyed it. Like of course you want everybody. It's okay to just enjoy it. You don't have, it doesn't have to be your favorite or nothing. It's okay if you just enjoy it. Like me, being growing up Spider-Man fan and all that, I just love to see anything Spider-Man. To see him on the screen anytime. Right. So I get a little bit more giddy, you know what I mean? So I might level up my enjoyment of it a little more, as you all know I already do, as our guy Sam always did, you know what I mean? So amazing. I love Homecoming. I love Michael Keaton as the Vulture.
Yes.
Like the whole connection they did with the Avengers movie, with the tech and all that, and the life lesson he had to learn, and why he got to the way he is. He's a bitter man. He's not. It's kind of like what they did with Thanos. They did with him. You know what I mean? Like you understand why he did the way he did it. You know what I mean? Like,
I just now that you said it though, I just realized that both the first villain movies were connected to Tony Stark in a way. Like they had to do with Tony Stark, and Peter had to deal with the aftermath. You know? Yeah. Which is odd. I just peeped that.
Well, it's why a lot of like hardcore, like the ones they say they hardcore Spider-Man fans that don't like these MCU movies. Now I hear some podcasts and I hear some of the things they say. I'm like, really? It's not that serious. But to each his own, right, guys? But
so that get over it.
Go ahead, Fergie.
Oh, I mean, I don't mind the changes in MCU. I mean, it's a movie. Get over it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a different version. If you don't like it, you always had the books.
I mean,
no,
go for it, Phable.
James felt
it makes sense for the universe that they created. You know,
it said well.
If you take Endgame and Infinity War, I mean, come on, that is nothing like the comic books.
Right,
and that being in mind, you can't get mad at people for associating him as an Iron Man Jr. when his first two villains were stuff that because Tony Stark, you know, they could easily explain those guys weren't connected to Tony Stark, but they wanted to make that connection. It worked for, like you said, within the realms of the movie. But I'm not gonna get upset if people are like, you know what, they're trying to make him like Iron Man Jr.
We did it under Dan Slott's run. They had Parker Industries, so he was sort of an Iron Man Jr. or in the official.
Yeah,
he was running the business.
And also they wanted to take the stink out of Amazing Spider-Man 2. Let's admit, like a lot of people hated that. But it did well in the theater. Go ahead.
This movie felt like Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios were saying, "This is not Sony, this is us."
Exactly,
right? Like because they, you know, and that led to a little bit of the forceness to me, because this movie, the lore is not the problem. The problem with this movie is pacing, things like that, little movie things, not really the origin story. Man, whatever, man, it fits for this universe, you know. It's just, you know, like I said, it's a movie thing. It's pacing issues, things like that holds it down just a little bit. But like you said, Herm, you're right. It's Spider-Man, man. You gotta love seeing that guy swinging through the city, no matter what. You know what I mean? If you love Spider-Man, you're there, bro.
Well, Tom Holland's the best gymnast of all of them, right? But I mean, what I was gonna say is, Phable, this is more towards your point, was even when it comes to writers in the comics, they all have their own interpretation of Spider-Man. What JMS says in this comic book is different than what Dan Slott, his successor, had to say, which was a little bit different from what we're seeing, from what we saw with Zeb Wells when he was also writing then. We saw a different interpretation from Jerry Conway, and Spider-Man is kind of like Superman in the way that every writer looks at them and sees someone different, right? Like I look at Iron Man and there's a universal understanding of Iron Man, right? There is not really as much of a universal understanding as characters like Superman, Captain America, Spider-Man, because they reach out to different audiences through their vast personality and history. So that's kind of why we're able to debate, right? Who's the best Spider-Man? You ain't never hear who's the best Superman. right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a reason for that. So.
Nice.
I mean, some people say that. I'm not gonna lie. This newer generation who've only seen Henry Cavill say Henry Cavill is the perfect Superman.
I mean,
That's
but
not my
we got
opinion.
Tom Welling in Smallville.
He was solid for what he
I mean,
did.
he was solid. We had the dude from Superman and Lois, and then how
I
many?
love Henry Cavill.
I mean, Henry Cavill.
I think. See, that's what I'm saying. Maybe this goes against what Brandon was saying. Superman has different interpretations, and that's what he was saying. But to me, who embodies Superman perfectly is or not George Reeves. Why can I?
Christopher Reeve.
Christopher Reeve. George Reeves was the first one in the 50s, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Christopher Reeves he's the one embodied. He had that Henry Cavill's not bad, but he was edgy just a little bit, bro. You know, he had a chip on his shoulder, and I'm not used to Superman having a chip on his shoulder. Superman is always kind of calm. You know, there's a soft, kind nature to him, and Christopher Reeves emulated that perfectly.
And killing Zod by breaking his neck. I mean,
yeah.
That's
the problem with that thing is that Henry Cavill looks the part.
Yeah.
And all of that stuff, and he can act. We know he can act.
Yeah, he's great.
But it's his direction. The story. It's what they wanted to do with him. So he had to do what they wanted him to do.
Yeah.
But given another opportunity with another director, another story, I'm pretty sure he knock it out the park as Superman.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sam. I didn't mean to talk about so much DC
right now he's like
on your birthday.
DC
I'm sorry.
on my show on my birthday. Come on.
Say, we're talking about Superman. DC.
Flame Phable.
Let's move on. Next movie.
But going back over to Homecoming. Real quick, I wanted to talk about the backup stars real quick because we can go all day on Homecoming. That's what I like. We're trying to
like
go
Captain
to the
America.
next movie.
You do this all day.
You can do this all day.
Prime time gets
Sam
it.
loves saying that too.
I can't do it all day.
Yeah, he's got to leave at 10:30. Well, real quick, the characters. Like I know a lot of people. Who MJ in this movie, you didn't see her a lot. You see her towards the back. I kind of knew it was like an MJ type thing. I didn't know it was gonna be Michelle Jones, but you didn't see her a lot in this. You kind of saw Liz, and she was supposed to be like Liz Allen or something like that, but she ended up being the daughter of the villain. You know what I mean? And that whole scene was one of my all-time favorite scenes. I can't leave to the next movie till I talk about that scene.
Where he's going to put the what's it called, the boutonniere, or no, that's what she put on him.
No, when he goes to pick up Liz for the prom, you know what I mean?
The car
scene.
The car scene where he figures it out.
Yes.
Michael Keaton, who
You're
played
Spider-Man.
Great.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, he played a great. He was great in this movie. Like at first you still see Batman, even though he's done so many movies. I didn't see Batman at all. I saw this guy as a villain, and the way when he picked up the awkwardness, and Peter kind of was a lot awkward, and he's kind of like starting to notice a little awkwardness, and everybody, the mother and the daughter, they all like don't know what's going on, and then they go into the car where he finally finds out that Peter is Spider-Man. I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? That's my favorite. I love a lot of scenes from this movie. That's my favorite scene. So that's pretty much why I opened up with that.
Do a flip. I loved how that voice he never brought back. Hey, I'm Spider-Man. I'm here to save you. I don't know what Tom Holland was trying to do, but so they didn't figure out it was him. I wish they would have brought that back somehow, but that was funny.
Yeah. So that's that. I guess, like I was saying, like. I like that whole thing, him and all that, but I did like his friendship with Ned and all that. Supposed to be Genki, which I thought he was amazing. You know what I mean? And throughout the movies, and he had a part too. I'm probably stealing all the parts, but when like he knows he's Spider-Man and all that, and then like he's in the computer room and the teacher catches him and he's
what
like,
are you doing?
What are you doing here? He's like,
watching porn.
Yeah.
that was such a great scene.
The delivery of that was so good. So what you guys go around the other way now, starting with Steph. What do you guys thought about the backup characters real quick?
I enjoyed them. I was thinking about that even in the other Raimi, the Mark Webb movies, Franco and Toby never really had that chemistry as best friends, you know. Andrew Garfield got his his Green Goblin or whatever you want to call it super late in the game, the second movie, and that felt forced. This is like the first movie where I felt like Peter had genuine friends and like a support system that really backed him up. Like, I think even though it's just Genki, I think Ned was a great addition for someone like Peter to kind of, especially as a teenager, someone he can share that with. Because, teenagers, I'm sure they can keep a secret, but something like that, he's like, yo, I need to tell someone about this. MJ was great. Aunt May, I think the backup character cast was actually very solid, very solid. All Michael Keaton, his daughter, Happy, Aunt May, everyone just rocked it.
Right.
Even Robert Downey Jr.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Aunt May is not supposed to be smoking hot. I mean, come on.
Who said she was smoking hot, bro?
Well, to Doc Octopus, she's smoking hot.
yeah. So, Tom, what you thought? What's your about the backup characters and all that?
Well, at first, Ned was kind of annoying, just because I find Jacob Batalon annoying, but he kind of grew on me by the end of the trilogy. Zendaya, I mean, she nails playing the sassy, smart girl.
Nonchalance, yes.
Michael Keaton, I mean, he was just amazing. Just ice cold guy with a vengeance against Stark, and RDJ was usual typical Tony.
RDJ,
yeah.
Humorous, calls everybody a jackass because he doesn't. He's a jackass, but he is. Marissa Tomei is Aunt May. Marissa Tomei is a great actress, and she did what Aunt May's supposed to do. She's there to support her, Peter, and I was pretty impressed with the supporting cast.
Absolutely.
Nice. All right, awesome, Brandon. So you got to dip soon, right? So what's your general impression of the backup characters?
I liked him. I really agree with almost everything Steph said. He hit what I wanted to say right on par. That's why I love him so much, So it's really interesting when you're talking about like the backup people, the villains, right? Spider-Man's characters, especially the ones they used, these guys all appeared really early in Spider-Man's history. So for them to use technology and kind of adapt it was really was an underrated piece of the movie, because we don't want to see everyone just turn into animals like classic like 1 through like 49 before Kingpin, like Spider-Man villains, or like turn into a goblin. I think that they did a great job at modernizing a lot of these villains to where they're familiar, right? Because now everyone knows who Shocker is. Eventually, like, we got a Prowler tease, so, and even like that kid is a very technical character. He's like modern technology. Vulture. We even got the Tinkerer, right? Which I thought that was a great little tidbit. And then Mysterio was not really a magic-based character, but more technology, in the very much being in the realms of what the MCU has done, and that's using modern technology through Tony Stark and Hank Pym. So, that's something that I enjoyed a lot.
Nice. All right, heck yeah. Fargate, what are your general impressions of the backup? All these Netley, Zendaya, and all that.
Maybe just because I'm an old white dude, but it seemed a little too teen angst for me. I mean, I kind of disappointed. Like, oh man, I wanted the old Flash Thompson to beat the crap out of Peter Parker, instead of that version. I mean, that guy was kind of annoying to me. The new Flash. It's like, okay, I understand what we're doing here. We're going in different directions and trying to get a new crowd and be, more.
You wanted him to be a
diversity and change everything up. I said, okay, but yeah, I don't know. Some of the changes they made,
I get that.
Crazy about.
I get that.
I thought they were trying to like make it more modern day.
Yeah, because people physical bullying it where you get your ass beat on a daily basis isn't a thing like that nowadays. It's more like harassing someone and online or picking on them.
Exactly. And a big guy now can get bullied mentally online. And,
exactly.
We've seen that happen.
Right.
So Phable, what were your impressions of the backup at all these people?
I mean, I generally enjoyed most of them. I'm with Fargate. I didn't really like the change to Flash. I understand what they're doing, and the same thing with Zendaya as MJ. That's not MJ, but they call her MJ. That kind of thing. She was kind of quiet through the movie. She wasn't really. Her personality didn't shine through. I didn't really get her too much. But I did like Ned. I enjoyed Ned. I enjoyed the Aunt May. I like Happy. I love Happy as a character. So
John Farrell's a legend already, man. He's the man.
I love Happy.
Does he make you happy or sad?
With the Mandalorian stuff.
Vulture. Brandon hit the nail on the head. The way they use the technology, updated. Because he doesn't have real wings. Like, you know what I mean?
He's not some old frail guy in a wingsuit.
Right.
With feathers.
And them tying it into the alien technology from the invasion, Thanos invasion was it fits, it goes with it. Now that being said, when we get to the second movie, everything I said about the characters I didn't like totally gets reversed.
Yeah, and I can't wait to talk about that. We're gonna do that pretty soon. But real quick, let's move on to the second movie. Or not? Like I said, this could be a regular show. And then we have to come back next week for another movie.
Oh yeah.
So, real quick, Brandon, since you got to go rankings, we'll rank this movie real quick. What do you think? How many backlogs do you give this movie out of 5?
Out of 5, I'm gonna give it a solid 4.
Nice.
That's because I'm very judgmental about my Spider-Man. I think this was a great start. I think it got us introduced to Tom Holland as a character, as an actor, what he can bring to the table. Kind of what we all said. It was stronger than Far From Home. It was a lot stronger than Far From Home. Let's not kid ourselves. I mean,
they're different movies. They're different movies.
He's starting a war.
I kind of enjoyed Homecoming a little bit more. Actually, a lot of it more. But No Way Home is probably I liked it. It's just not something it wouldn't be my first choice to rewatch.
Homecoming,
but you still gave it a strong grade. So
yeah, no. Homecoming I would, but Far From Home I would not.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be more like a 3.5.
All right, so we'll go to Tom next. What do you rank this out of 5 backlogs?
You mean Homecoming?
I still don't know what a backlog, bro, is. So don't ask. You know what I'm saying?
Me neither.
Yeah. Yeah, Homecoming. What do you rank? What do you rank?
I would say probably a 3.
Oh, okay. You still liked it?
Yeah.
But, okay.
It was enjoyable.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't perfect.
It was enjoyable for you.
Yeah,
still
I mean,
a decent grade.
as a Spidey lover, like Phable said, you gotta love seeing the man swinging around the city, man.
Right. Before I did dip, before I did dip, I did want to share. You said for show and tell, bring something Spider-Man. So I brought Spider-Man's birthday comic, 500.
Ooh,
nice.
Nice
for Sam. So rest in peace, Sam. This is one of my favorite books. I recently got it my LCS, but one of my favorite parts is when Peter gets to reconcile with Uncle Ben in a memory, and then him and MJ have a moment, and we end it with the black screen saying "Happy Birthday, Peter" before we lead into what's coming up. So this is for Sam. This book. I reread this today. I brought it to work with me, and it reminded me of Sam, and I wanted to honor him by showing this onto the show.
All right, man. Station to that, bro.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Herm, for having me on, even though it was for an hour. For me, it was 40 minutes. For you, it was an hour. But
All right, man.
love you guys.
Love you
Kill
too,
the rest of the show.
Stay
But
safe.
I gotta go be with the family.
All right, man.
All right,
Stay
stay
safe,
later,
brother.
guys. Love y'all.
Love you, B.
Later.
All right, man. Gonna miss you, Brandon. Hope you can watch some of this as we keep going. But we're gonna keep on keeping on. I think you. Who was next? Steph, you were next. What do you rank?
It's so hard being honest, right? I mean, about these movies. I feel like 3 is an acceptable grade. Like, that's absolutely fine. It's not a bad score. But me, I want to give it 4, but I can't. I want to give 4 out of 5. It's
brother.
It's an enjoyable movie. You know, it's not perfect, but there's a lot to enjoy. A lot of new things they did that they pulled off well. Like a fresh breath of air.
It really is, man. Fargate, what do you rank this movie?
3.25.
Oh,
you
got to be the one that made a little different. 3.25.
We're rounding it up to 3.5.
Yes.
5, yeah.
How about 3.616?
Yeah, that's acceptable.
I knew he was gonna do that because if he watch him in the streams with Rocket Robbie, you know he does that a lot. So I appreciate you, Fargate. You know, station to that, man. That's still a good grade. And Phable, what do you rank this movie?
I think I fall in line with I think what Steph wanted to do and what Fargate is doing. Yeah, 3.5.
Yeah.
3.5.
Yeah. 3.5.
Like I said, it's not the lore for me. It's just the actual movie. Like, you know, just certain subplots, little, like, you know, the whole shocker thing that pissed me off. I didn't like that.
I want to redact that. I want to go with 3.5 as well. You guys made it. You're starting the trend.
You know, little things.
How do you take it back, man? I love the 4.0.
It plays into my other gradings for the other 2.
Right.
It's cool. I know what's coming next now, so I kind of enjoying it because the next one it's controversial to some people even more than this one. So I don't know how to rank this one because I really enjoyed this one. Like when it came out, you know,
it was a weird beast.
Yeah, it was like I said, it was 4 on my top 10 MCU. So I can't rank. I'm not gonna rank it a 5. There was stuff like it wasn't perfect, and it was like stuff that but I enjoyed it so much. I have to give it a 4.5 because if I'm gonna put it number 4 in my top MCU, I'm gonna have to rank it up there because I really love this movie. And it was different, and it was a good different, and I understood everything they were trying to do. Like a lot of the different stuff, like Michelle Jones is kind of saying Mary Jane. A lot of that had to do with the licensing and the whole thing, and what MCU, they weren't eye to eye yet. You know what I mean? So they're changing some stuff around because of that too. So I took that into consideration too. But awesome grades. And Steph, you're better with numbers than me. What does that rank? Total, like,
that is a cumulative total of 4.69.
Yeah, the 4.616 that Fargate did kind of helped that rating.
Yeah, that was good.
All right, put us over the top.
All right. So guys, Far From Home. I'm trying to like remember exactly when it came out.
July. Yeah, it was July. Was it the first week or second week? I want to say like July 5th or some shit like that. Maybe July 2nd.
It was July of 2019, was it?
19, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, 2019, because it came out every 2 years. There was a Spider-Man movie. So there you go. First impression for me, I'm gonna go real quick. I freaking love this movie. Like it was hard for me to rank Homecoming and this one. You guys know me. Like a lot of the original ones will end up getting a little bit of a notch over the second one. You know what I mean? Like kind of the same thing with the Sam Raimi ones and stuff like that. But I really enjoy this movie. I really enjoyed. I know a lot of people that Far From Home and Home this and Home that. Like I said, they're trying to take it out of New York for a while. Because we had that with 5 movies and all that, and they changed it up and they went on a class trip and all that.
Field trip.
field trip in Paris, and I love that whole thing. So my general impression is like I'm kind of like, oh, did I really? Now I want to change my ranks a little bit. Now that we're talking about it, but
that's why I had to change it. I had to go back.
yeah, and the whole imagination and stuff like that. No, he did go through some stuff in this movie. I understand he didn't got that big loss yet, but that's coming. But I freaking like he. Oh, there was so much good moments in this movie. I'm gonna save some of it and just go around the horn real quick about general impressions. But I really love this movie. I thought the Mysterio thing was well done. And we'll talk more about it as I go around. So I love this. My general impression. Another movie that I came out of the theater enjoying a lot. So Phable, we go around. We'll go this way this time. What do you think? General impressions when you finally saw this movie?
Man, I loved Far From Home. I absolutely ate it up. I loved it. I thought everything that they try to shoehorn and do in the first movie, they got in this movie correct. Everything down the line. From the writing to the pacing to the jokes. I mean, this movie was hilarious. Everybody was freaking funny in this movie. The bad guy was awesome. You know what I mean? The Marvel cameos were awesome.
Yeah.
The action, the stuff that Spider-Man was doing was awesome. You know, and also like I disagree. I think this movie is totally Peter feeling his Uncle Ben moment because you know, Happy lost his best friend. And Peter lost his mentor, and they bonded over that. You know, Peter thought he had a friend in Mysterio, but we know Mysterio's a piece of crap, right? So he's just playing the game.
Yeah.
But he had these feelings, real hard feelings, because he wanted to hang out with his friends. He wanted to get with his girlfriend and have a European vacation. He didn't want to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And because he didn't want to work. I mean, of course he's a kid, he's excited about his girl, he's excited about being in Europe, but he also didn't want to fill the shoes of Tony Stark, right? He didn't want that. He said I'm not Tony, you know what I mean? And they're gonna expect me to be him. So this was his maturing phase, I think, because everybody said, are you ready for this? That was a running theme through this movie. You're not ready for this. You got some tricks, but you're not ready for this, right? And then at the end, when he's making the costume, there's a scene where Happy sees him looking at him messing with the technology, and I know that's when he felt Tony right there.
Yeah,
that was beautiful. That was gorgeous. Everything that it tried to do in the first movie, I think they perfected in this movie. Now, the whole thing about him not being in New York and him being in a European country, I mean, that was pretty cool to me. Like him swinging around Venice and Paris and Prague. And I mean, that was pretty dope, in my opinion. You know, and this movie's beautifully shot, by the way. I mean, the Venice scenes and the museum scenes and everything was gorgeous in this movie. So, yeah, first impressions, loved it.
Fargate, what do you think? First impression after seeing this movie, Far From Home.
Well, I really liked the Mysterio character, how they handled his kind of origin and how he used the different drones. And the second half of the movie I really enjoyed, where they really got into the action with Mysterio and the conflict. The first half, what was it? What they call him? What they call the character? Some space monkey or something?
Space monkey.
It's like, you know, it's like
hilarious.
I don't know. And then you know,
that
all
was
the little running around.
The lady ran away. She was like,
it's like, I don't know. The first half of the movie was like, I don't know.
Yeah, that was so funny.
So,
all right.
But I enjoyed the, you know, so yeah, you know, it's not my first choice for sure again, and actually, I'm gonna probably rank it the last of all the Tom Holland movies at the bottom. Right. but it was okay. I mean, like the second half, I really enjoyed, but the convoluted Shield running around with the school classmates seemed like to be a distraction. They could have, I don't know. It was okay. I'm just gonna say it was okay. The second half of the movie I really liked when they really got serious with the conflict with Mysterio and how that all ended. First half, meh. I said, it was all right.
All right. So, prime time Tom. What are your first impression as you saw this movie?
Oh, I loved it. I definitely have to agree with Phable. The scenery, the cinematography was just outstanding. I love the way they handle Mysterio, especially with the way he used the drones, with all of the tech and the magic that Mysterio is known for. The shattering glass, the zombie Tony. I mean, all that stuff was just wild. And then, like, kind of hinting at what was coming up in the next movie, the multiverse. Just hinting at that. Just the way that they handled Mysterio being a facade. Everything is a facade with Mysterio.
Yeah.
Including his pretending to be Peter's friend, only to stab him in the back and say, "Ha ha, fooled you."
He did that so
Open
well.
the curtain. I'm gonna kill you now.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I definitely I enjoyed seeing just the father-son moments between Happy and Peter. The Peter's like in peril, he's stranded, he's like, who am I gonna call? You're like, Happy, of course, and
Right.
Happy rescues him and out of a beautiful Dutch flower field of all places. I mean,
That was a great scene.
Yeah. Another favorite scene of mine was when he, what was he doing? He was. They told him to change into the suit, and he's sitting there with some hot French chick or something.
And they walk.
And they walk in.
He's like, no,
it's not what you
this
think.
isn't what it looks like.
All right.
That was great.
And I know some people will probably complain, according to the comics, that Hydro Man and Molten Man were not handled the right way.
Because they weren't real.
They were real.
They were illusions. Yeah, I love that whole thing. I think the way they portray Mysterio, modern day, it was perfect. You know what I mean? That's what he does. He tricks people. You know what I mean? And how he turned the tables, because we all know he's the bad guy. You know what I mean? We all know that. I think he did a great job being the goody go lucky
in
guy.
Front of them,
you know what I mean? And being
like,
the
nice to meet you, Parker.
Yeah, he's supposed to be the new mentor and all that because he lost Tony and all that. And then, like, trusted him to give away them glasses that Tony had and all that. As soon as he left, the way he turned it and everybody in the bar was like, yeah, and they were all success. Oh, my God. I love that whole scene. You know what I mean? I was just like, oh, one of my favorites in there. But Tom, you have any more? Or do I move on to the next guy?
I would say on the scale, I would definitely give it a 4.5.
Okay, we're not ranking now, but
that's all right.
It's all good, man. I've done it myself, so don't worry about it. So Aiko earlier said we could rank it at Tangled Webs. So we're changing from Backlog just for the show to Tangled Webs. So we already got Tom's ranking. So I'm still gonna go back to you when we rank it. And anybody who watched us Homecoming, the first one, what do you got? I forgot to do that in the chats. What do you rank Homecoming? Where we go around and talk about the movie, and then later we'll rank this one. But thank you, Tom. We're gonna go over to Steph. What was your general impressions of this movie when you first saw it?
I loved it. Now it was not necessarily your classic Spider-Man, and it's like I don't know if that's why I like it, that they just do it so well. But like you guys stated earlier, they improved on everything they tried to do in the first movie, like letting characters breathe and characters get more spotlight, develop their personality, letting relationships form. Like we were talking about this in the back chat, but Zendaya or MJ and Peter's relationship was so strong in the third movie that I was like, you know what? They weren't even together in the first movie, but that's because that's a testament because of the second movie, because they bonded so much because of that event. I think everyone killed. I loved how they portrayed Mysterio as a sorcerer, you know, like I was like, that's kind of genius, because up until that point, they've only seen someone like Doctor Strange. So they would accept that if they saw someone flying around on a cloud or whatever he was doing, they'd be like, oh, he must be a sorcerer. I was like, that was pretty ingenious. One flaw, I just noticed it when you guys were talking about it. Maybe it's a plot hole. Maybe I'm going to have to go back and watch it because I haven't watched it in a while. But Peter giving those glasses away was probably the dumbest shit or dumbest thing he's done all three movies. You know, I get it. Tony gave him the glasses and he's like, Tony trusted me. And I was just like, why would you just give them to anybody? Give them to War Machine or anybody still in the Avengers, not some guy you randomly just met that is, you guys have similarities. That's the only flaw I see. But I think it was cool. It was a very cool spin on like a road trip movie, I guess you want to call it, or a vacation movie, like a superhero vacation movie. That was really cool. And yeah, it's one of the, they really tried to do things very different compared to your average Spider-Man movie. So I respect it for that. Yeah, I think it was amazing. To be honest, it's
nice.
Improvement over the Homecoming. Improvement, definitely.
I thought Zendaya, like, I feel she did shine in this one. You saw a little more of her. In Homecoming, she was the one in the side. You know what I mean? Like,
she would pop up and say something.
She'll say something smart. In this movie, she was so much more personality. So much. You felt the connection now.
Absolutely,
Because she was shy in the first one, you know what I mean? This one, she actually got to talk to him more and all that. And he ended up finding out that she kind of had a crush on him, and that's the reason why he figured out, you know, that he was Spider-Man. Kind of figured that out already, and he was like, "What? How do you know?"
I love the awkwardness between their relationship. Like, it felt like a genuine teenager interaction. You know, like I like you, but what do we do from here? Like, how do we proceed? You know, it's very very cute and innocent. I respected that about it.
I think they're pretty. Oh, you're pretty too.
Yeah, she was totally a weirdo. Like, she was totally a weirdo. It's broken. I didn't want to give it to you. She's like, I like it broken. And it's totally weird. But it makes her unique and different and you're memorable because she's forgettable in part one.
It shows that part of her that she didn't really care that he's Spider-Man, like that was just something extra. Like, she liked Peter Parker, you know what I mean? And you saw that whole thing with the broken thing and all that. Like, I love the whole thing with her. I think it worked, and especially in this movie. One of my favorite scenes was when he was trying to change the suit. You know what I mean? And the thing, and he was like, you talking about the monkey one or something like that. When he was trying to change the suit. And he was like this in that whole situation, that whole awkwardness. Oh, I freaking love that one.
But she definitely did a better job in the second movie.
Yeah,
it's MJ.
Yeah. Definitely.
They gave her more to do.
I enjoyed that. Of course, I enjoyed like we were saying, Jake Gyllenhaal earlier. I enjoyed his whole performance in it, and the whole setup to when he made him trust him and everything, and all the way to the end when he deceived them. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't know who was real, who was not, and then Samuel L. Jackson made an appearance in this movie, which a lot of people were like, "Is that the real Samuel L. Jackson?" And at first I was like, I was questioning it, and then you saw towards the end that he was actually Talon, the Skrull. You know what I mean? And I love that whole thing. I don't want, like I said, we could go forever in this movie, but that was my favorite scenes. Like, what was your favorite scene? We'll go around again. This time we'll go back to Steph. What was one of your favorite scenes in this movie before we go to rankings?
Just off the cuff, I liked that scene where Zendaya and not Jacob, but Ned were trying to outdo each other on who was Peter closest. Was actually you told me it was Spider-Man. Like that's a great scene. That was probably one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah.
All right, Tom.
I would say probably right when Peter leaves the bar, when Quentin Beck does his little we fooled him like speech to followers in the bar.
Heck yeah.
Like we pulled the wool over his eyes.
Can I just say that I think this Spider-Man had the best costume, and I wish they would keep that when he gets that he makes himself. It's such a great homage to so many different suits, and it looks great on its own.
It's like a homage to Steve Ditko, which I have. I should have brought it down. It's up there. I have the Legends version of it up there.
Was it? It was the white on the back, right? The spider on the back was white for his. Yeah, I thought that was cool. Like little accents like that. Just.
Yeah, they did change that up, and man, that scene was amazing, Tom. Like good scene. I mean, like
that's when you kind of realize you're like, oh, Peter got like we knew, but like we were kind of hoping like maybe it was like misdirection, but Peter just got suckered with that scene. Like,
I just love like they turned it into a musical type thing, like everybody's hey Tony Stark and all that, you know what I'm saying? And they went back to a lot of the where he was and all that. And how.
Oh yeah, when they were showing the employees and stuff, and some of them were in the other movies and stuff. Yeah, that was awesome, dude.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Yeah,
definitely not as bad as Avengers on Broadway.
We're gonna.
We did not need that. We didn't need it.
We're definitely gonna talk about that part in the third movie too. That whole thing about
after credit scene. God, that was awesome.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that later. But yeah, that was pretty awesome. Fargate, what was your favorite scene in this movie?
Well, it's gotta be the big final battle between Mysterio and Spider-Man on that bridge with all the drones. That was just awesome. That was one of the best fight scenes, action, special effects in any Spider-Man movie, I thought. I just thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The way he was webbing the drones, hopping on them.
That was insane.
It was just insane. That 20-minute period is like.
Yeah. I definitely agree.
Best part of the movie.
That's definitely how Spider-Man moves, man. That's McFarlane Spider-Man right there. Doing all that.
All right, Phable, what was your favorite scene?
There's so many. But my favorite scene would have to be when Spider-Man goes to tell on Mysterio to freaking
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury, thank you. And then it went into this crazy, like insane illusion scene where he doesn't know what's real. Everything is, 1 minute he's falling, and then next minute he hits a car and he hits a freaking beam and shit. Like he could not tell what was going on.
It was so well done. My bad.
No, it got you excited.
Because with that moment with Nick Fury, I was like, what? Wait, what is real? Like, because they had Nick Fury reacting to certain reveals, and then it turned out other things weren't real. I was like, that was
totally everything. All of that whole sequence was amazing to me, and really showcased how dangerous Mysterio can be. Given his powers in reality, like we've seen him in the comic books, and in the comic books he's sort of a joke a little bit.
Easily,
But that scene totally solidified how dangerous he can be with those powers.
I agree.
Nice. All right, so I guess real quick, like what was it? There was a part that like when Melissa told me like they didn't show too much. The reaction towards the end of the first movie where she finds out he's Spider-Man and
what the
fuck? And this one we didn't get to see that part. But I love how she comes out of nowhere and be like, yeah, use your the what you call it, the spider tingle?
The spider tingle.
Yeah. He's like, please don't call it that. Please,
he's like, I don't call it that, man.
Don't call it that.
Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna go real quick and rank this movie because we're gonna talk about the big one. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna drop back. So drop me back when you go to the third one.
Okay. So you want to watch it? You want to be surprised? So all right.
Yeah. I mean, I know half of what's going on, but not the other half. I want to keep that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So when we're done, I'll have like Steph shoot you a text or something like that for me because you're probably better at it than I am. Because I'll be like here messing up the show trying to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't watch the third one. I'm in New York. In New York, all the theaters are checking for vaccination cards.
Hard.
I haven't been able to get a vaccine card due to my wife being pregnant. I started a new job. I really didn't have the time to do stuff like that, but I did get vaccinated today, so I got my card. So I will be watching this movie soon. Nice. Yeah, but that's the reason why I haven't watched it yet.
You know, when one of these shows we do, once you see it, I'm gonna want to hear your reaction.
I'm gonna give you my impressions. Hell yeah!
I'm gonna go la 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 when you tell me you saw it. I'm not gonna say that until we get on here. You know what I mean? Those first impressions are the best. You know what I mean? I love it.
Well, then, I just saw Far From Home. I finished 10 minutes before our show started.
Whoa!
That was the first time
way.
I ever seen Far From Home. So now, because like I said, the first one was good but didn't excite me. This Far From Home got me, liking everybody now. Now I'm on board with Tom Holland. Now I'm on board with Zendaya.
Yeah.
Now I'm on board with all the other side characters. So now I'm really excited to see the third one.
So you can get a few of the third movie of the characters too, because that's very important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my Lord! Like I kind of want to myself do a whole watch through again when that comes out because I want to go see it. I haven't got a chance to see it a second time, and I really do. I might do that next week. They probably still have it, in the theater. But yeah, man. So I love that you finally saw it because you were able to chime in on this movie, and now you get to enjoy that third movie, and yes. You should watch it without, you have spoilers, but it's still better the less you know, you know what I mean? Just go in there. Yeah, I think it's going to blow your mind again. If you like Far From Home, this one, oh my God.
Yeah, if you like it, exactly.
Can't wait to talk about it. So, we'll start with you, Phable, rankings out of Tangled Webs. What do you rank out of 5 Tangled Webs? And then you in the chats, rank the movies with us. And I'll go back to you guys. What do you guys rank it to, Tangled Webs? Phable, you're first.
Well, I mean, I already said I love this movie. I think it's a major improvement in every single facet from the first movie. Sir. I love has anybody seen like 16 Candles or Weird Science or any of these John Hughes movies?
Yes, sir.
It gives me that total vibe with the class, the teachers, gives me that Breakfast Club. Mm-hmm. Maybe not as raunchy a little bit. It's a little more family friendly.
It's toned down.
But Ned, his girlfriend was hilarious. The teachers were hilarious. Flash Thompson, who I hated in the first movie, was hilarious.
Parker.
Yeah.
I almost went. The side characters were good because you just saying that made me think of the relationship between the teacher and the principal. They had some great bits in that movie. Like,
oh man, everybody had great bits in this movie. Yeah. Every character I think got a chance to shine, and really show you the personality, and also makes the stakes higher, right? Because he doesn't want his friends to die. That was one of the things he reiterated a few times in this movie. Right. He don't want his friends to die. He knows my friends. He knows my friends now. They're gonna die, and he's like freaking out. He was losing it. You know what I mean? And you understand why he loves that class because they're cool, man. All those kids were freaking awesome. I loved them. So anyway, love this movie. Total improvement. So I'm gonna go 4.5 Tangled Webs.
Station.
Nice. Nice. That's really high grade. Especially like we didn't. I was hoping you saw this movie. and was hoping you liked it, at least liked it. And the fact that you liked it that much, I was awesome.
The only reason it doesn't get a 5 from me,
the next
because
one
like I said, great pacing, great characters, comedy. I loved it. Special effects, everything, action, beautiful movie.
And
Only reason it doesn't get, yeah.
No.
The only reason it doesn't get a perfect score for me is because this movie is totally reliant on the whole MCU.
Yeah.
Most of the MCU movies can be standalone.
Yeah.
You can watch a lot of them and not need the context, unless you're watching a sequel. Of course, you're going to need context of Captain America 1 if you're watching Captain America 2. But Captain America 1 was about Captain America. You know what I mean? All these characters. Spider-Man from the beginning was tied to Endgame, Infinity War, Civil War. I mean, everything that is in this movie ties to everything from Mysterio. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I don't give it a perfect score, is because this movie needs to be accompanied by those other movies.
In order to
it's not a standalone. Or you will be confused, if you don't know what's going on. So that's why. Other than that, it would be a 5 if it wasn't for that.
All right.
That's still a great score.
Yeah.
I can't be mad.
That's an awesome score. More than I thought I was gonna get from you today. So that's amazing. Fargate, my man, what do you rank? Where do you rank this out of Tangled Webs?
What I rank the first one 3.5.
Yes.
So I'm gonna give this a 3.5 also. There's
okay.
The second half of the movie, I would say like a lot higher. The first half a lot lower. So overall, though, I'm gonna say a 3.5.
That's solid.
Yeah, there were things that were better than the first movie, but there were some things I didn't like. But I'd say the first two movies are about the same ranking, in my opinion. Now, when we get to the third movie, that's a lot different story.
All right. So, awesome. Still an awesome grade. And now we're going to prime time. What's up, my man? What do you rank Tangled? How many Tangled Webs do you rank this Far From Home?
I would go with 4.5 Tangled Webs.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Tom's so kind, man. He's just been sitting here like I'm all. I anytime you guys talk, I'm like, oh, Tom just waits his turn, man. He's all patient and stuff.
Tom is the best, man.
You're amazing, dude. Heck yeah. So awesome. So
I'm channeling Sam.
Nice.
All right. Steph, what do you rank this movie?
No, it's not as high as you guys, but that's for a reason. I'm gonna give 4 out of 5.
Okay, it's still strong.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to change Far From Home 3.5. Everything in this movie they did that you enjoyed about Homecoming, they did 10 times better in this movie, between the relationships, all that stuff. They tried something different, which I know threw a lot of people off, but it's cool when they can do stuff like that, like a vacation superhero movie. How many times can we say we've honestly gotten that? Like you guys were saying earlier, the locales, which is just cool to see Spider-Man on villas and stuff like that. So 4 out of 5, strong 4 out of 5.
That's a good score.
All right.
Tangled Webs.
Tangled
Webs. So that's good. So we all gave it a grade, and the average.
So I think that's another cumulative total of 1, 2, 3, 4.69. Yeah, like how do they do math?
Even Sam approves. Even Pop Figure Sam approves.
Yes,
Station. Nice for Sam, definitely. Happy birthday, Sam, yet again. So, all right, Phable. So, thanks for doing.
Did you grade it though? Did you grade it? I want to hear your grade.
Wait, I didn't grade it. I thought I graded
it. Yeah, you didn't grade it.
Oh, okay. All right. So, what I gave Homecoming? I thought I did. I'm an idiot. Okay. I grade Homecoming 4.5, and I don't think I after talking about it, I was gonna give it a 4, and I was just like, you know what? I dig this movie too. So I really enjoyed it in the theater. I was mesmerized by the Mysterio stuff. The jokes were great. I loved the Zendaya and Tom gel so much in this.
Yeah,
they were great. You know, I love the I don't know if we talk about Ned and Betty. They hooked up.
Yeah,
You know what I
the
mean?
Ned's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yo.
And then like
So-
the comics, and then like at the end of the show, and then the movie, they broke up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
So how
right.
are you and Betty? Oh, we're not together anymore. We decided. Peter's like, what the hell?
I
One
was
night
like,
That was
stand.
damn,
great.
I hope those two get back together. You know what I mean? But because of all that and reliving it with you guys, it's a 4.52. Why not, man?
Yeah.
Station.
I freaking love it so much.
Station.
Station. So thanks for reminding me. But it still averages 4.69, right? Because
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
The math is still. Yeah.
yeah.
Still
So
accurate. Yeah.
I didn't ruin it. Whew.
The calculator, the last two numbers are always 69, no matter what
Exactly.
we do. Right? We have this special
69 Tangled
calculator.
webs.
Yeah, there you
69.
So all right, Phable. So we're gonna put you backstage. Like I
Station
said,
Phable.
Steph will tell you when to come in so we can rank them.
Gotcha.
And we're gonna have plenty of fun discussing this movie. I know Fargate gotta leave soon, so hopefully we'll get a ranking out of you before you have to leave. Station, Phable, see you soon. See you
I'll be
back
back,
for
guys.
show and tell.
I'll be back.
All right, brother.
Station.
All right.
All right.
So
All right.
Homecoming, guys. Homecoming. I couldn't wait to
You mean No
finally
Way Home.
talk about. I mean, No Way Home. I'm just going crazy.
It's all right.
Crazy. I'm already like,
Yeah, let me
Try-
do mine first since I gotta leave.
yeah. Go ahead. Like I said, turn your impressions. Go, Fargate. Go.
What you enjoy?
I like this one the best of the three. I was worried about all the special guests or cameos showing up, and they unlike Spider-Man 3, Sam Raimi, where they kind of overdid it with too many villains, they actually made it work in this one. So
Yeah. Oh, that's a dope.
they're creating a new Sinister Six, kind of a multiverse
Spidey.
Sinister Six, huh?
That's so fun.
Where's this
nice.
going? Interesting. And when spoiler, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire showed up, I said,
Wait,
man,
what?
they nailed it.
What?
Home
You showed
run.
up? I
The
didn't
only
know
thing
that.
I was thinking is, okay, they could
What's
have had
top
a
secret,
little Miles Morales tease or
Oh yeah.
Spider-Man 2099.
That's
But yeah, those
so
three
great.
guys together was great. That was awesome. And so I'm going to just go ahead and rank it 4.616.
All right.
Tangled Web.
A Tangled Web.
The highest one.
Station.
I thought it was much
Nice.
better than the first two.
Station.
Nice.
It really
nice.
was.
All right. So you gonna stick around for a couple more minutes, or
I
you
don't
got?
know. Here's my show and tell.
Oh, you want to show and tell? Okay, let's.
Oh, is that
real quick.
dispenser?
Wait, let me put
Oh,
you.
nice.
Oh,
Nick
it's got
Spencer.
the double-sided cover.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Nice. Some oddly goodness.
Line up.
And then, of course, I got my Spider-Man 800
Nice.
Oh wow.
variant cover.
Yo, yeah, I was gonna
Gorgeous
say that's
cover,
a.
man.
And then I
Yeah.
got Spider-Man, Sam's Corner up
Sam's
there
Corner.
still. So that's my show and tell.
All right, man. So, Fargate, thank you so much for doing this with us. I know we went a little long, started a little late, but you already know that happens when it comes to this show and this channel.
Yep.
Like it wouldn't be a channel, well, for Sam if I wasn't late. You know what I'm saying? So here we go.
I'm going to go ahead and drop off because I get to go to work, unfortunately.
Thank you, my man.
All right,
Thank
brother.
you so much, Station brother, and see
Station.
you on Monday.
Great having you on.
Yep, Uncanny Omar, Monday, the return of Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition. So everyone show up.
What time?
6 p.m. Eastern.
6 p.m. Eastern.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
So hopefully we
Station.
can get you to 1,000 subs after that, after his return. I told him to promote it on his Saturday morning stream that he does at 11 a.m. with his wife. They do a 2-hour show, like 11 to 1 Saturday mornings, and so he's going to promote it. I'm going to promote it. So
All right.
hopefully we can get a bunch of people to show up for his return.
All right.
And maybe in the future we can have some other guests once in a while join. Brandon, I know, has a bunch of collected editions. So maybe we can get a few other people just to show up once in a while as a guest.
Yes, sir.
Maybe we can get Jen Mint. What do you think?
That's a
or Bueller. How about Bueller?
That's
well,
a
Bueller doesn't
strong
really
get.
into the collected editions, but
yeah. We'll see. We'll talk about it.
or maybe
yeah, man. Don't be late for work. So we gotta keep talking about this movie, Station, brother, and like I said, see you Monday.
Later,
Bruce.
All right, guys. So So real quick, you guys already know my general impressions. First of all, this movie made a gazillion dollars. It's up to like almost up to 1.4 billion. You know, it's already the 12th highest gross movie. It's the highest since the pandemic. I mean, I knew it was gonna succeed, but
yeah, I think we were talking about, not you and I, but I was talking about, this was like a month ago or so. I was like, yeah, man, I think Spider-Man's gonna go the distance. Like, you know, all these other movies this year kind of, they did their thing. Like Fast and the Furious did moderately well, so did Black Widow. But this movie came out and made $1 billion easily. You know, like it was no problem. Like there was no pandemic. Like people took a chance with the pandemic for this movie.
Yeah,
but
there's a lot. Yeah,
it's my bad. But
go ahead.
It's just it's so great. Like if you guys have ever seen X-Men: Days of Future Past, that was an awesome similar movie to this, right? They did a lot of things right, and I love X-Men. It's my favorite.
Great movie to see in the theater, man. Woo.
Yeah, but this one did just they're different movies, but it just did everything so much better than Days of Future Past. You know, like. Man,
I know we like going crazy. Quick general impressions. I thought I freaking, you guys already know. I said it in the shows before. I was so mesmerized by it, and for me, it rivaled Into the Spider-Verse, and that was hard. That's hard to do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
because the way that movie is, we'll talk more about that as we rank them. But talking about, you said it before to us, amazing fan service, but well done. Well done. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I didn't know how much that was gonna mean to me, man. Like to see Andrew and Toby pop back up, and like you guys said earlier, it seemed like it could have been an issue with all the different people in the movie, but they did that perfectly. Like everyone got just enough screen time. Their characters were fleshed out just enough to know what their motivations were. Yeah, it was just it was a glorious film. I was extremely impressed. Like honestly, like
it's just like it's hard to talk about it because it's just so much good things about it. I love the beginning. I wish I saw it a second time. That way I could talk a little bit more about it, get even more hype. But I love the way they connected everything. Everybody was afraid, like Foggy said, to bring everybody in. But they did it so well. I mean, like you saw the beginning, the aftermath when everything started, and they were in the crowd and stuff like that, and they found out he was Peter Parker, and he was freaking out. You know what I mean? And he had to go out, make sure Aunt May is great. You know what I mean? And everybody follow him with the helicopters and all that. And I enjoyed when him, like you saw his like he acted so great, Tom Holland. You saw the fear in his face. You saw it. He didn't know what to do or how to do it. You know what I mean? He just go to Aunt May's house. John Farrell was great. You know, I was happy in there. And like, give me another chance, kind of thing. She's like, brushed him off. A lot of people think he froze.
He was have you been crying? No.
Nah. It sounds like us when we talk about stuff. Cutting onions.
Yeah.
But so like that whole thing in the beginning scene, going in there and him putting down the curtains, and him trying to tell Mary Jane, Aunt May what happened. They see it in the news and all that, and then they had to end up going to John Happy's house. You know.
Oh yeah. That little.
And
what was it? Flat?
It was like
flat he stayed in. or
Yes, yeah,
penthouse, some shit.
penthouse. It was in a penthouse, and he had all Tony Stark's technology in there, and
Hope you like Donkey Kong Jr.
Again. And I love that whole thing going in there, especially when he has a conversation with MJ and all that, and he's there. Like that whole thing was great. So before I keep on with the movie, let's see what Tom has to say. What was your general impression when you saw this movie? You know what I'm saying? Like what was your
Oh my gosh. Well, when I first saw it, I saw it on a Saturday.
Nice.
And then I saw it the next day on the Sunday.
Oh, nice. You lucky.
I saw it 2 days in a row.
Nice.
And when I went in, I thought, okay, Sam is with me. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to approach it as Sam would. And first, from those first moments, seeing Peter go, what the...
Yeah.
I mean, it just took off. I mean, seeing him swing through that subway and almost hit the train and stuff, and seeing the look on MJ's face.
MJ hated swinging, and she had no choice.
Yeah. I mean, just nonstop action. I mean, and then I knew from rumors I had watched from there's these two guys that are really good, Cosmic Wonder and Everything Always.
Yeah.
These guys have Marvel connections. And so I've been watching it for, because I'm unfortunately a sucker for spoilers. But seeing, man, I can't believe I forgot his name. Charlie Cox.
Okay. Oh, man.
Catch the brick. And he says, I'm a good lawyer. I'm a damn good lawyer.
How did you do that?
Was
I'm a
awesome.
really good lawyer. Yeah, that was,
And then, and then I kind of knew going in that Toby and Andrew were going to be in it. I just didn't know how they were going to do it. And then when the chips were down and Aunt May got killed, and that scene was really, really tough to watch.
Yeah, it was.
Tom Holland just nailed the
man.
sadness and grief.
Yeah.
I mean, through the whole movie, Tom Holland, you could tell Peter was suffering to the biggest extreme that he had suffered out of all three movies. I think one of the parts where I cried was when they all suited up and they were all swinging in their different ways that they swung, and when they all landed.
Oh, that was such a yes.
And I was thinking kind of at first like Yelena, what a bunch of posers, but
it meant so much.
Yeah,
but man, and oh my God, Willem Dafoe, the way he went right back into the insanity of Green Goblin was just amazing.
Norman's on sabbatical, honey, or Ozzy, and that was crazy, yo.
And then when he was in Aunt May's homeless shelter or whatever it was, when he was stealing the donuts.
Feast, that's in the comics. That was
a shout out to Feast.
Yeah, that was a shout out to Feast. Yeah.
And there was cool little Easter eggs, like the graffiti on the side of the truck, and to Steve Ditko.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. There was a lot of Easter eggs in this. Was like,
yeah.
People who hunt for that didn't get them all.
It was interesting, I thought, how they handled Electro's change in appearance.
Yeah.
His transformation. That's one of the biggest questions I have. I'm wondering if the travel from his universe, from Andrew Garfield's to this universe, when he was saying something about the energy felt so much different. I'm wondering if the MCU universe's energy is what made him went from, nerdy comb over to, stud.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of like Jerry Lewis, the Nutty Professor,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great analogy right there. Right?
But I would say, just the way the three guys work together was just fantastic. Some funny moments was like when Andrew was talking to Toby. He said, "Well, where's your suit?" He said, "Are you just gonna go as a hip young youth pastor?" Or
yeah, and he shows he's like, he's wearing it. Yeah,
yeah.
And then when they both looked at each other, and they had that web shootout at Ned's grandma's house, and they
yeah.
Yeah. I love the
man.
grandma. I love the grandma. She was thinking they were cool until they messed up her house.
Yeah. One of my favorite scenes was when MJ was getting all sassy with Andrew, and she's throwing bread at him. And he's like, I can tell you're one of those like really emotional people, and I respect that.
Yeah.
She's like, bam, 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 prove it. He's like, I don't have to prove anything. She's like, no, come on, snap, snap, snap.
Yeah. I like how he just jumps and he's like, they're like, crawl on it. He's like, no, I'm not gonna crawl. I'm sitting here hanging from the wall with one hand by my fingertips. I'm not gonna crawl. Like, it was great. Oh, one scene I loved. Just throw that there. I've been on the Avengers. Great. What are they?
What are they?
Yeah.
Oh, that whole scene was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole scene was awesome. Like, because the two Spider-Mans, the Raimi one and the Webb ones, they were loners. Yep. You know what I mean? Yep. And you could see that they didn't go through all that when it comes to like the space stuff, because they were like, "You been to space?
Yeah, like, you fought alien?
I want to
fight alien.
I just fought Rhino. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like, Andrew Garfield was so disappointed compared to every other Spider-Man. He was like, "Oh man."
I would say this movie, like a lot of people, like the reviewers have said, Andrew Garfield's Spidey was redeemed.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. He
caught MJ and landed.
That was beautiful.
I mean, you could feel the happiness and like the redemption in him.
Yes.
I mean, Andrew Garfield, I would say, really shined in this movie.
I think the most.
Yeah.
To be honest.
And just the interactions between him and Toby, like the cracking the back scene, and then after he got stabbed, when he was like had his arm around him, he was like, "You're feeling pain, aren't you?"
He's like,
"Yeah." He's like, "Yeah." And then when they all hugged, and just when Andrew said, "I love you guys. You feel like brothers. I've never had brothers." I mean, man, it is like a brotherhood. It was a brotherhood.
Yeah,
of
honestly.
Spideys. And
it's like instantly, like even though they look different, Peter Parkers, like you could tell they're Peter Parkers. You know what I mean? You can tell. Right. And then like I know we're jumping everywhere, which is okay. That's what we do in this show. Tom actually watches the show because he's doing exactly what we do. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I appreciate you coming on here and telling us all that.
Can I end my rant?
Okay, go ahead. End your rant.
Okay, out of all three movies, the end, so beautiful. The homage to the classic suit, even though it looked like a brighter shade of blue. Oh my God, I about lost it. I was just like, oh my God. I was crying inside. I knew Sam was there. Seeing that suit without all the technology, the classic suit, man, just beautiful.
It's like we were saying, the fan service and all that. That's the suit they wanted him to see him in at the end there. You know what I mean? Like you saw everything happening. It's almost like the saying they always say. You always in these movies, they did their trilogy. They told their story, and we'll talk about the ending, the impact of the ending in a second. But it's almost like they were putting the tools back in the toolbox. That's what a lot of people saying like throughout comic book wise, when the creators like do whatever they do, and then when they finish, they have to put all the tools back in the toolbox, and then let the next creator do what they do. It's kind of like almost what happened with Marvel and Sony. So it's like I'm kind of curious where they go after this. We'll talk about that in a second. But everything you're saying is so amazing. So you have more, or can I? Because you ready to go? I'm here like this. I'm like, let go, bro, go.
Well, if you're gonna do voices, your cool voices and stuff, then I'm definitely gonna stop now.
Yeah, everybody love the voices. Sometimes it has to come natural. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to like go out there, but yeah, man. But like I said, we could probably go all night just talking this movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we went almost all night talking the other two.
Oh,
go ahead.
I was gonna say one more thing.
Go ahead.
I've actually seen it 3 times.
Oh damn!
I went inside.
Right.
With Moon Knight Rob, who I'm sure many of you've heard about. He's the mythic Sasquatch. Nobody's seen him yet.
Not yet.
I don't know if anybody out there knows who Moon Knight Rob is. Rob is a friend of mine and Sam's. We all went to high school together. Sam and Rob knew each other more than they knew me. I knew of them. But we like connected on Facebook, started going to comic shops together, started hanging out, and kind of became the Three Musketeers. And so in honor of Sam, Rob and I actually were able to get together because we haven't seen each other in like forever. And we kind of did it in honor of Sam. And that's awesome. That the third time, they say the third time's a charm. It definitely was. I could feel Sam with us. And
that's dope, man. Like
I had lunch with Sleepy Raider today, and I was telling him it was really weird. I was meeting him at a pub, and on my way there, I saw this lady with her 2 dogs, and the 2 dogs were like licking each other or doing something gross. And she was trying to get them to move. She's like pulling on the leash, and she says, one of Sam's famous quotes, "Come on now.
Come on,
like,
yeah.
Come on.
Yo.
We're talking DC. Come on.
Yeah, come on."
That's awesome. Just little things like that,
Yeah.
Let you know he's still out there leaving signs.
Yeah. All right. The man, the legend, Big Herm.
I don't know, man. You covered everything. I'm like, man, you taking my job. I'm like, what's going on? No, I'm just kidding. That was wonderful. There were so many scenes. Like, I don't even know if I have a favorite. Like, I thought, like we were talking about fan service. Like, all the Spider-Man, like Tom Holland, I didn't think needed to be redeemed, but for some Spider-Man fans, he did. Everybody wanted to see him go through the pain that everybody else, like him losing Uncle Ben, even though he lost Tony Stark's, these people still felt like you need to lose like an Uncle Ben, like
or something that's been tied to him for like a rock,
Yes. Yes.
Speaking of that, speaking of Ben,
okay, Tom.
Actually, going back retroactively to the last movie, I noticed when they zoomed in on Peter's luggage, there were the initials BP, Ben Parker. Yeah. So, did Uncle Ben actually exist, or?
I had said this a few weeks ago. What if him and Aunt May, I don't think they're going to go this route, but what if they just split up? In this universe, they're split up, and maybe in the next saga, they're not going to do that because that'd be such a drastic change to the mythos. But what if Uncle Ben's in the next saga?
Yeah, that'd be weird, but
weird. Yeah, it would. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how that's it.
I think he does exist. They just, like I said, like the MCU wanted to stay away from the whole thing that like I was talking about earlier. Yeah. So I thought they should have mentioned him a little bit more, and I understand some Spider-Man fans. Gripe about that and probably made them not enjoy this. But I've known Spider-Man fans that hate the first 2 that love this third one. You know?
Oh no, this third, this.
Man. And they're mad that they made them like it. You know what I mean? So
one thing about the beauty of it is like, so the scene when they're all swinging together, right? Or like Peter's taking charge, and you could say that's because of his movie, but at the same time, he's the only one who's been on a team and has worked in a team environment, so he should be the one calling shots. There's just like a lot of stuff like that where you could say it was fan service, but they worked those small details in there, so it worked organically into the story. You know what I'm saying? It's not just, hey, this is Tom Holland's movie, so we're gonna have him calling the shots.
Yeah, they gave you a reason why they teamed up, and he was the leader, and he was Spider-Man 1. I'm like, no, he wasn't Spider-Man. He was Spider-Man. No, you be
Spider-Man 3. Yeah,
he's Spider-Man 3. You know what I mean? It's because he was in the Avengers. You know, so he knows what teamwork is. They didn't, so they had to follow him. And
that was brilliant.
And then Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, who's he's older, so he understands more.
Yep.
That's why you try to comfort Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, because earlier he said he had problems, like the whole thing, the speech with him, like when they would talk about Uncle Ben, and I lost Aunt May just now. No, you guys don't know how I'm feeling. And then Toby's like, yeah, I lost my Uncle Ben, and Andrew Garfield, I lost Gwen. You know what I mean? But you saw a lot more anger towards Andrew Garfield. He was like, I turned dark. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yo,
did he murder people? You know what I mean?
That's what I was I think they were kind of alluding to that he was he went off the deep end. Was like, maybe he killed some people. Maybe he was just like, maiming people or just like leaving them messed up for life. Like, that was really interesting to me. I'd like to see that explored more, to be honest.
Yeah, he went all Hawkeye Ronin.
Yeah. Whoa. You know what I mean? So that like I said, we can go in all night talking just different things. We're gonna go back and forth, but I kind of wanted to tell a story before all that happened. So we're going through the beginning of the movie. I still enjoy it. I loved all the banter between Doctor Strange and Peter Parker, and how like he interfered with everything and all that. Yeah.
What scene am I interacting? How are you doing that?
Yeah. So real quick, while we mute him for a second. So are you ready? Okay. The sound was hitting my ear. But where was I going with this? Oh yeah. So yeah, I love that whole thing. So I thought you saw more of MJ and Ned going in there and the talk. I love how it started and everything. And then when they started getting good, you know what I'm saying? Really good. It was good. But you already know the story, Steph. So we're here watching this. I'm gonna tell you guys a story real quick. We here watching this movie, right? And we're sitting down and it's getting good, and you start seeing things hit the fan. Like William Dafoe, guys. We didn't even hit up how great he was, and we're gonna do that in a second. But I need to tell the story. And William Dafoe goes all batty and stuff and starts going crazy, and then the Aunt May scene, what Tom mentioned earlier.
Yep.
He runs her over. We all knew, oh, she's done. I didn't. And the only reason why she was able to get up is because she was thinking of Peter.
Yes.
Maybe she shouldn't have gotten up.
Gotten up, yeah.
Maybe like she made it worse getting up. But like, oh, I'm okay and all that. But real quick, let me tell the story real quick.
Yeah.
So after that whole scene, the whole thing when she passes away and all that, and the whole theater was stunned. Some people actually crying, like trying to pretend not to cry. I'm here like this. My wife is bawling. Me too. I'm almost like going like this. And then the whole scene goes, and then Jonah Parker is a menace. I knew it. Him on the roof, feeling like the way he was feeling. He didn't know what to do. And before they get to the whole scene with the 3 Spider-Mans, the fire alarm in the theater all hits up. And when fire alarm happens in the theater, everything shuts off. All the cinemas all shut down. And we all looking at each other like, what the? Is this part of the movie? What? You know what I'm saying?
Like, what's going on?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Intermission?
What? Intermission? Exactly. And we all look at each other and I was like, well, it's a fire alarm. And I said it pretty loud. It's a fire alarm. I guess we got to go. And nobody didn't move until I said that. You know what I mean? It's like, do you really need me?
No one would be the first person.
Yeah, nobody. You know what I'm saying? We had to. You never know. There's a real fire. Yeah. So we started exiting. Guys, this was a 16 theater cinema. I can imagine it was more. Everybody on the line. It wasn't crazy. I'm glad people didn't go crazy. It was out in Long Island, and everybody went outside and all that. Still wondering that, like, the alarms going off and stuff like that, and we're all pissed because in our scene it happened right there, right after Aunt May died. You know what I'm saying? And we're like,
They wanted it to give you some time to internalize it, and digest what you had just seen.
Yeah. So I was going there, and we were all outside waiting. And me and the lady try to go as far away from everyone as I can because we all got masks, and we're still trying to, you know what I mean?
Safety first.
And all of a sudden the fireman come, you know what I mean? Kind of like looking like the Ghostbusters or something, and everybody starts cheering, yeah! In my head, I'm like, dun 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 dun, because my wife started laughing at me. She's like, "You're so silly." I was like, "I can't help it." She kind of videos some of it, but you couldn't see them too much. But everybody was excited they got there because we know there wasn't a fire, but they needed to get there to get them to turn off the alarm and all that. And after they finished that, like 20 minutes later, we all start marching back to the theater, and you would think people left, been mad and stuff.
No.
Nah, man. People came back, and my theater ended up being full as it was. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Feel like, no, I've waited too long and paid this money, man. I'm seeing this movie tonight.
Just the scene, like I'll explain to you guys.
Right? Yeah.
Without spoiler, I was like, this is the scene you don't want that to happen. You know what I mean? You know, it was right after she dies, and then right before the Spider-Man come out. You know what I mean? It's just like.
It's
that's
funny
not all. That's not all.
Shit.
We waited 45 minutes for this thing to come back on because, of course, they gotta go around the cinemas. And I can imagine the people who were probably 30 minutes before almost done, or people that just started. But I think we got it the worst because we got it in that part. You know what I mean?
Halfway point almost.
We still had a little over an hour left in the movie.
Yeah.
So after that, they finally asked us, "Oh, this is the part where it is." Oh yeah, and they get it confused. They end up rewinding it before she dies.
Oh, so you guys had to, after the 20 minutes.
Yeah.
After waiting outside, you had to wait another 45 for them to get the wow.
We waited over an hour. Yeah. Wow. I was like, I'm gonna finish this movie. Damn it.
Yeah. You guys are knocking me off.
I am not going home because everything that's happening with the pandemic, maybe another shutdown. I'm gonna finish this goddamn movie. You know what I mean? So
you know what? Maybe they're like, you guys like that gut punch? Here it is again.
Yeah. And then after it goes past, and then it goes rewinds the third time.
Yo, I would have.
And my wife's like, they just want me to pass on right here. You know what I mean? Because we're both like, we had to live through this again. So let alone that we went through heck. You know what I mean? Just to freaking finish this film. As excited I was, and it ended up being worth it because the second half of the movie, as great as the first one, it was even better.
Chef's kiss, yes.
Man. And when you saw out of nowhere where Ned, some people had a problem with him actually knowing how to do the magic thing.
No, I think that was cool.
Strange forever. I thought that was cool that he had that in him, and Ned was going like this, and he said, and then you finally see Tobey Maguire Spider-Man come out. I snapped. Because you knew he was gonna come out, you knew it, but you still want to see it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I freaked out. Everybody was like, "Oh!" And then and they did it in the right order because people wanted to see him first. And then when Andrew came out of nowhere and all that, I know Andrew was first. And then
Andrew first. Yeah,
Andrew first. Yeah. That's why
he was in the alleyway.
Yeah. So I knew. I knew Toby was gonna come out once I saw Andrew.
Yeah.
Didn't know when. So when Andrew came out, people went crazy. You know what I'm saying? Not as crazy as when Toby came out.
Yes. When Toby came out, my theater went nuts, dog.
Yeah. But I love that whole thing when he came out. That blew my mind. Like I was already loving the villains. We were gonna talk about it in a second. The villain. We have to talk about the villains. But the Spider-Man coming all in once like that, you know what I mean? And them meeting their version of NJ and Ned, you know what I'm saying? That was, I loved it.
Yeah, no, it was beautiful. Like, it was almost like you're in awe. Like, am I actually watching this right now? Like, are they on screen? Like, it was surreal that, we've seen Toby back as Spider-Man after almost 20 years. Like, something we never thought was going to happen. It was a very powerful moment, man.
Yeah, because we all dreamt of it.
Yeah.
But it actually happened. And that's why it not only was this great, but it followed up great. The whole scene, all we just discussed with Tom earlier and all that, the whole scene, it just became like I was in cloud nine, man.
Yeah,
over and over again.
honestly,
You know what I mean?
It's I didn't think this movie was gonna live up to the hype at all. You know,
There
I
was a
thought it was
lot
gonna
of
be
hype.
good. Yeah,
There was
there
a
was
lot of
exactly
hype.
because there was a lot of hype. But this movie exceeded expectations, and that's a rare thing to do. Like, man, speaking of, I want to talk on the Aunt May scene real quick, just because when that first happened, I saw her, you know, what happened. I was like, oh, she's done, you know, like, because I've seen what happens to people when they get hit by that. And she, when she gets up, you know, I'm like, oh, wow, she probably just got the wind knocked out of her. And then all that other stuff happened. That was such a, like, what, no, like, I felt Peter, like, I felt like I was Peter right there, bro. Like, he just lost everything, you know. It was, man, it's hard to talk about this movie without going, like, jumping from here to there.
Yeah, it's just we're going all over the place. You know, Tom gave us the whole movie.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Which is fine, man. It's fine. We love the passion and stuff. Yeah, like the whole thing, and then like the villains. Like when Doc Ock first showed up, we know what was gonna happen. But when he goes, "Hello, Peter," you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Hello,
It's
Peter.
just,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's happening. It's happening. You know what I'm saying? And
We need Norman Osborn back.
Yeah.
Like William Dafoe.
William
Man.
Dafoe, like I thought it was awesome that when he came back, I snapped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and you saw that the pumpkin bomb, his laugh. He was just like,
it was,
you know what I mean? And he was like,
goosebumps.
and then he got confused, and then he ripped the mask, and you actually got to see him in a suit. You know, you didn't see him in a mask or makeup.
Power Ranger mask, yeah.
You saw that the Power Ranger mask. He ripped it, and you saw him in the hoodie. He has a freaking Green Goblin face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yo,
they
did, yes, bro. I kept thinking that the scene that comes to mind is Norman's on sabbatical. You know, that scene right there, I just imagine his face being green. I was like, yo, you guys didn't even need a mask or CGI. Like, the man's face is expressive enough. Yeah, such a great scene.
He's just a great actor, man. And then when he loses his memory, he's good again. And he's never good, but he's Norman Osborn. You know what I'm saying? It shows. He's like,
question.
He tells Peter, I'm something of a scientist myself. You know, from the
something of it. Yeah. Was that a callback to Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was your question?
No. My question was, during that scene, remember when Peter kind of had that moment where he knew something was up? Was that because Norman's personality wasn't take, but at that moment, that's when the Green Goblin became in power again? Like the Green Goblin personality? Is that why his spider sense started kind of going haywire?
Yes. Okay. That's exactly why. Yeah.
Because I wasn't sure if it was he was
naturally Norman. He was naturally Norman. But you know, he's like Two-Face. He's like
right.
He's a combination of the Joker and Two-Face, really. You know what I mean? If you think about Two-Face. That's who he is. He's both of those characters in one. You know what I mean? But he did that so well. You know what I mean? Just like William Dafoe, man. Come on, man. This is why it's always been my favorite movie for so long. Like when we rank them, you can see where it is now. But I love William Dafoe as Green Goblin.
So
go ahead, Tom.
So a lot of people's favorite Spidey movie is Spider-Man 2, Tobey's.
That's a lot of Spider-Man.
The question is, if you weigh this one against No Way Home, which would be your favorite of the two?
That's hard for me.
We're gonna rank them in a second. We're gonna rank them in a second because we're gonna finally bring Phable in so we can rank them all. So
Phable just texted me, said he's still waiting.
Oh,
yeah. Now he's the one waiting backstage.
Still backstage.
Tell him Tom was giving a long lecture.
Yeah. God damn Herm. So I just like I said, this movie's so long. Like it was a long movie, but it was worth it. Everything was great. We could go forever on this movie, but I like the direction it went. I like the team up and the redemption for Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. You know what I mean? We're not gonna leave this night till we talk about that. I already saw it coming when it happened, but I still loved it. Where Tom Spider-Man couldn't go through it, and we saw Andrew Garfield go after her, and she fell and looked exactly like Emma Stone falling down. Cause I loved Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy. It was a little bit different of a Gwen Stacy. It was more like Mary Jane. That's how cool she was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that whole redemption thing where he gets to, instead of using his web shooters, he went and actually went to get her. Yeah, you know what I mean? And go ahead.
You talking about redemption just made me realize even Toby kind of had somewhat of a redemption in saving Norman, because in the first Spider-Man, he jumped out the way or whatever he did, but Norman ended up getting impaled by his own glider. In this one, he as Tom's about to, he's the one that comes and stops the glider. It was this movie didn't have to do so much that it did, and it did that and more. That's why it's such.
And that final fight scene was great. It's one of the greats. It rivals the Dr. Ock one. Like Tom was talking about this earlier, like Spider-Man 2 and the Spider-Man fans was a lot of people's favorite. We can't wait to rank it later, but see where it goes now. But that whole scene, like everybody's like, oh, look, for the naysayers, Spider-Man will never do that. Tom Holland Spider's a little bit different than the one we grew up with.
Yeah.
And he's still a kid. Like
he's raw.
He's modern day. This is modern day Spider-Man. Like you know what I'm saying? So he needed that little push, that little help. You know what I mean? Because he just went through losing Aunt May. She did a great job being Aunt May. And then the whole scene, I forgot to talk about the scene that she tells him, because Ben didn't tell him.
Right.
She ended up saying, and they also talked about it with the two Spider-Man. And they said it the right way in this movie, because people are getting confused, like the other ways. With great power comes great responsibility. No, it's with great power must also come great responsibility. And that's what the original Stan Lee's saying in the comic book, and they say it here. And only a few of us in the theater was like, "Oh, they did it!" You know what I mean? Like some other people probably like, "Why did they say it that way?" And I mean, it's like, cause you guys don't know Spider-Man, man. That's how he really said it. You know what I'm saying? But so I had to mention that. Anything else that I forgot? Starting with you, Steph, because I know Tom can go.
No, that fight scene between Norman and Peter when stuff popped off when he found out Norman, Green Goblin persona had come back. And this is when Dr. Octopus took off. That kind of bothered me. He got thrown out the window and just decided to run away. But it was a savage fight, like between him and Green Goblin. Like Peter was like elbowing Norman, and Norman's just like looking at him, laughing and stuff. That was such a great scene. Like I think this Spider-Man had some of the best action fight scenes, specifically this movie too, that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah. Like I said, we can keep going. So much. We didn't even talk about Electro, and I thought Jamie Foxx was pretty good in this one.
Yeah, he was.
I know a lot of people say, "Oh, that's a plot hole," and he really didn't appear, but I'm like, I guess, but nobody really cared in the theater. They were just they were glad he was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I guess, but real quick, anything else you want to mention, Tom, that we kind of forgot? We went through a lot of it. There's so much. Like I said, we didn't talk a lot about a lot of villains, but it's okay. Alfred Molina was great too. So again, you know what I mean?
Seeing him get frustrated with the teens and stuff.
yeah. And
what's your name again? Otto Octavius. No, really.
Yeah, they started laughing. That was a great scene.
Is this
the Peter Parker
Strange asked him, "Do you know Peter Parker?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's Peter Parker." And he's like, "No."
Yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah. So I guess we'll go around. I guess we can do the ranking now. You know what I'm saying? We'll go around. And then if you want to add some anything in the end, go ahead. So we can get Phable back in here and start ranking them. It's getting kind of late. So right there, Seth, go ahead.
I know. I was just gonna say 5 Tangled Webs for me for this one.
Tangled Webs. Yeah. Yeah. How about you, Tom?
Oh, without a doubt, 10 Tangled Webs out of 5.
Nice.
Station.
Nice. And me, of course, just like Tom and all that, 5 Tangled Webs, 10 or whatever. So like 5, 5, and 10, and we'll just assume other people. Steph, what's that? The average of that? I mean, it's
5.69
station. But I hope a lot of people enjoyed. We could keep going and going and going, but it is getting kind of late. We want to bring Phable back in here, so let me bring this out.
You want me to? Okay.
Yeah, just text him out. Text him. Make sure you come back in here. Everybody, I hope you enjoy that. I know, we lost some people. We went pretty long, but it's all good. This was Sam. Fun. Like I always say, happy birthday, Sam. For whatever reason, I was trying to get it to go under, and didn't work for me. like this one, you know what I mean? If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Ding, ding, ding that bell for notification for future videos. As we wait for Phable to come in here so we can do the rankings, because it is getting kind of late, and do a nice show and tell. I'm sorry to keep you up so late, Tom, but thank you. At least you have 3 hours behind us. You know what I mean? We're here in the East Coast. It's 11 after 11. So happy birthday, Sam. I hope you're proud of us.
Yes.
Hope you did a good job. I'm sure he will be. He was like after the theater and all that, me and the wife, we did reminisce and all that, and said Sam would have loved this movie. So station to Sam, we love you, happy birthday and all that. And that's what I would say, because I really want to celebrate Sam more than grieving and all that. We've done that and all that. So love you, Sam, and everything. You will always be with us.
Yeah.
Station to Sam. And we bring in our guy. He must have been like all the other guys, like.
Baby, wake up!
Wake up, Phable!
Oh, damn it, man! We
didn't. How are you guys?
Hey, I think Fable's beard got longer while he was waiting.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
That's that Eric the Stash syndrome right there. You know what I mean? Brother Joe
really
said,
good movie, huh?
5.69. Yeah, we so good, man. I knew we'd go for it. That's why I was trying the first two, make them shorter, but we were loving talking about it. It was like, I'm not rushing it, you know what I mean? And
nah, it's all good, guys. Don't worry.
It's not gonna be like this every week, but
yeah, absolutely.
And I keep saying that 2 weeks in a row is a long show. And Tom gets to be a part of that today. I feel like these guys kept me long, man. So now we're doing the rankings. So we just talked about it. Obviously, Phable, if you don't want to include No Way Home because you didn't see it, you don't have to. But if you want to, it's good. I feel like you're really gonna love it. You love Far From Home. I love it. So I'm just gonna say there. This is how I kind of want to do things a little different. Usually we all rank them like this, but we're gonna go from it's 9 movies. So we're gonna go what's your 9, what's your 9, and what's your 9. You guys mind if we do it that way or?
Sure.
Okay, so real quick, we're gonna start with Tom, and then I'm gonna do it a little different. I'm gonna go with Tom, then Phable, then Steph, then me. How about that? That sounds good. So if I miss the order, just yell at me. You know what I mean? Tom, you're allowed to yell at me, man. It's all good, man. Hey, come on. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna bring my movies here because I actually have them here. So 9 movies. So what is I kind of had an idea what number 9 is for most people, but real quick, what is your guys' number 9? Starting with who did I say? Tom. Starting with Tom. Tom.
Number 9?
Okay.
It's a no-brainer for me. Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
I think that's everyone's number 9.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And you have a general impression of that, real quick, not too long. So, but general impression. You know what I mean? Like, why it's number 9? I mean, it's obvious, but
the whole storyline, the way they handled the Green Goblin in that, Electro being blue and stuff, and I don't know. There's a whole lot of different things about it that kind of irked me, but I think Andrew, worked with what he had, with what they wrote.
Yeah, it wasn't Andrew's
it's not
fault,
his
man.
fault. He's a great actor, but
it stinks because a very touching scene was in that. Like, I think the scene where Gwen falls was very well shot. Like, when he shoots his web, the web looks like a hand reaching out. Like that was really cool. Like, very symbolic. But that was like the only good thing of the movie besides their relationship.
Right.
All right. So okay. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Like, what else can we say? All right. But Phable, what was your number 9? You gonna do all 9? Are you gonna do all 9, or you wanna
Well, I mean, your number 9 is my number 8, right? It's like the same thing. But yeah, Tom said it.
Okay.
Amazing Spider-Man 2. Absolutely, I agree. For all the reasons he said, totally annoying. A lot of like, what is this? What is this? Like, it's like No Way Home. I mean, Homecoming was a departure, but like this was like a bad departure.
Yeah.
I could take Homecoming, but not this. And the only thing that I loved was Andrew Garfield, because I love his Spider-Man. I think he's a great Spider-Man. Where Tom Holland is all like, gee willikers, and oh my God, and
Andrew's got that sarcasm.
Andrew got the whole quip thing. Hey, just making jokes while fighting and stuff. I mean, I love that so much. So yeah.
All right. Steph?
Just as you gents said, Amazing Spider-Man 2. Enough said. Not much we can really say positive about that movie.
Right. Yeah, you guys know where I'm going. I'm going the same thing, guys. Come on, Spider-Man 2. It's crazy. We're unanimous. Yeah. So yeah.
Can I on Spider-Man 2, they made him Green Goblin, right? He could have easily been a Hobgoblin, but we'll not go there. Just so many things. That's an example of how many things they did wrong in that movie.
It's just like, they didn't have to bring. They could have just. He could have already ran into Green Goblin. You know what I mean? You don't have to. Like you said, could have been the guy they chose, the actor. I forgot his name. Nothing wrong with him, but I didn't see him as Green Goblin. The way they introduced, he came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? There was no build up for it. You know what I'm saying? And Jamie Foxx did the best of what he got. He's a good actor, guys. He really is a good actor. I've seen him in other stuff. You know what I mean? And
absolutely,
I thought he was a good actor. He should have. It's not his fault. And
no.
The only thing that, of course, is Spider-Man. So I'm gonna enjoy the Spider-Man part. Like you guys said, Andrew Garfield was an excellent Spider-Man. Not the Peter Parker I love, but he wasn't a bad Peter Parker neither.
No, he wasn't. He was not a bad Peter Parker, but just his Spider-Man, perfect. Peter Parker was okay. It wasn't
okay.
Yeah,
but he had to do what they gave him. It was almost like
exactly.
They were trying to go ultimate with him too, Ultimate Spider-Man, because the way the Uncle Ben thing, how he lost him here, I didn't like it that way neither. There was just, we could probably go all night for this. The only thing I enjoy about that movie is the chemistry between Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield. It was authentic. Of course, they were dating, but besides that, I loved her as Gwen Stacy, even though she played Gwen Stacy and MJ like united kind of thing.
Yeah.
Gwen Stacy, if you read the comics, she wasn't really that cool. You know what I mean? MJ was.
Yeah.
So, but MJ wasn't as next door girl as Gwen Stacy, so she kind of played both. You know what I mean? Yep. And Emma Stone's awesome. I love Emma Stone. So Sam didn't like Emma Stone, but I think it's more of a Gwen Stacy thing. You know what I mean? He was a Mary Jane fan.
Yeah.
So he looked at me like, when we talked about it. But let alone, I don't want to stay forever talking about this one. We're going to the next one. Unless you guys have anything else to add to this one. But I guess we'll go back to Tom. And you're saying you're number 8.
Well, I'm afraid I'm going to be put in front of a firing squad for this, but sadly, I would have to say Tobey's Spider-Man 3.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't like the way they handled Venom. Topher Grace, I'm sorry, he's a good actor, but he sucked. Once again, he had
He wasn't a good Eddie Brock. That's
yeah. And then the Sandman was pretty good. That guy's a good actor, Thomas Hayden Church.
People talk crap about it, but I actually love the dancing scene.
Yes, the iconic dancing scene.
He's
Yes,
walking down the street.
I love that scene, man. That was awesome, man. I like people like emo. That's part of it. Oh man, like I'm already changing my ranks in this just talking about it because of that scene. You know what I mean?
Well, now that you put it that way. But I probably won't change my ranking until you fix this damn door.
Yo. Well played, Tom. That was well played.
All right, so Phable, I guess it's your number 7. As when we get to like number 2, we'll skip you.
All right,
so that way
put it like
we
this.
can match.
Number 9 was
Amazing
Christ.
2.
No,
Amazing 2.
The movie I haven't seen, the one that you're all gonna rank number 1.
Oh, No Way Home.
Just playing. No Way Home was 10. No Way Home was 9. 8 was Amazing Spider-Man.
No, let's leave No Way Home out of this.
Okay.
It can't be 9, so
All
don't worry about it.
The next one, that's not the last one. The one I had a hard time picking between Spider-Man 3 and Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Yeah, same.
But I'm going to put Amazing Spider-Man 1 over. So 8 would be Amazing Spider-Man 2. 7 Amazing Spider-Man 1. And only because I'm a big Sam Raimi fan, and even though the movie didn't deliver, it still got his directing quirks and things, and the way he films things and his shots and things like that. I still enjoy his style of filmmaking, so I'm just going to give it the edge. And plus, some of the quirky stuff that maybe I didn't like then grew on me, like the dance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're
So some of the stuff that maybe wasn't so good for me then is a little better for me now. ASM 2 and then 1. That's how I'm going.
Respectful, Steph.
I'm trying to switch it up, but I'm gonna have to go with that as well. Like I was I've told you this before, Herm. Like I was one of those people defending Spider-Man 3 when it came out. Now it wasn't until years later that I started to be like, there's faults in the movie, but like I love so many scenes, and I don't know, I'm talking about it, but Amazing Spider-Man 1. I'm gonna go with that. Great movie. But like Phable said, there's just so many things in Spider-Man 3 that remind me of the other two. I like Sam Raimi's style. I like the feel he brings to his Spider-Man movies, even the bad one. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Amazing Spider-Man 1, number 8.
Yeah, so it was hard for me to rank these two movies same at the top because like I said, I do have the same thing with Sam Raimi. You know what I mean?
Right.
Same feelings, and then we were just discussing, and there was parts of 3 that I like. Well, I'll discuss in a minute, but I just switched it just now. You know what I mean? Because Spider-Man 3 was considered the worst one until the Amazing Spider-Man movies came out. So me too, guys. Amazing Spider-Man 1 is 8 for me. I just switched it. And
okay. Can I flip the script?
Yeah, you can if you want. You can if you want.
Number 8, Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Yes.
Nice.
There you go.
Okay.
Unanimous. The reason why, because I enjoy Emma Stone and
Captain Stacy.
Captain Stacy, Dennis Leary.
Yeah, yep.
You know, there was a lot of good stuff about Amazing Spider-Man.
Absolutely.
It's just I don't know if there was enough good stuff that I like from 3. You know, even though 3 was a mess.
Yeah.
It was a mess.
Right.
But like there's stuff with him and his parents in this that it kind of went deep in there. I don't know if I really wanted to hear about all that. You know, go that deep into it. Maybe they could have sliced that up a little bit. The lizard, I understand where they were going with the lizard. They were trying to do a more Dicko-ish lizard, but I don't think it went well. But I love Toby. I keep saying Toby. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, the way he did Spider-Man and all that, I kind of fell in love with that part, and that's why I had the other one ranked before this one. But now I changed my mind when we talk about 3, and we're gonna do that in a second. But this right here, there was still stuff I enjoyed about it. You know what I mean? There was still stuff. Like you
he's
said,
the best actor Peter we have, or he's the best actor out of all the Spider-Man easily.
And I like his banter with Gwen, because she's very smart, and they go back and forth and all that. And then when she finally finds out, he's Spider-Man, she's like, I'm in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
you know what I mean. So yes, this I'm not gonna go that.
You know
much
what?
longer.
I'm gonna just say some real quick about Spider-Man, because a lot of people talk about like with the better Peters or the better Spider-Man and all this other stuff. I think all 3 of them are great Spider-Men. Like, you know, the Peters part, I just think that Toby is modeled after Ditko Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right? And I think Andrew is Michelini Spider-Man, because he's not a geek when he's in his, you know what I mean, his 20s or 30s or whatever. He's dating the hottest chick in town. You know, he's a cool dude. He's not I mean, look at Ditko's Peter Parker. He looks like a total nerd. Like, you got the glasses, the sweater vests and shit. Peter don't dress like that in the 80s. You know what I mean? So that's what I just wanted to clear. I wanted to say that.
They're still in high school in the Garfield one, so.
No, I know, but it's the inspiration is there. Like,
right. Oh, the visual. Or
that's
the
like the
attitude.
80s Spider-Man. Yeah, the attitude of the 80s Spider-Man. He might have still been in high school, but I think
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Sam Raimi's a little older. He probably grew up on Ditko Spider-Man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's very Ditko inspired.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. Exactly.
All the villains he used, weren't those like Ditko era? Because I know he did not want to use Venom, and that was definitely after.
He was forced
Aunt May.
Right.
Aunt May was the splitting image of Aunt May in the comic books.
Yeah.
Uncle Ben was the splitting image of Uncle Ben in the comic books. And Tobey Maguire being meek and nerdy the way he looked. That is Ditko Spider-Man. You know, Flash Thompson in that one. Even though he's not a role, when he had the fight in school, that was Flash. He had the damn Letterman jacket and all of that. So it's very Ditko inspired. Where I think Andrew Garfield is more modern, even though they try to tell an origin story, which is where I think they went wrong. But anyway, that's neither here or there. Anyway, sorry about that.
I see what you mean.
It's all good. We might as well talk about it now. It's probably our next one. Tom, go ahead. What's your next? You already know. But
I'm gonna have to start calling Phable Philosopher Phable.
That's why exactly. That's why we're pop culture philosopher bad batch.
I like the way you put it, Phable. Spot on.
Yeah. That's why I got him on my team. You know what I mean? Just for that. You know? So Tom, we did 9. We did 8. What's your number 7? We kind of know, but what's your number 7?
Well, I guess I'd have to guess. I guess I'd move Spider-Man 3 up to 7. I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go. So
But yeah, it had its good moments. You know, the dance and
Yeah, it did.
Oh, I thought it was.
Trying to make sure I got all the rankings right and stuff like that. But it was what we were just saying. And when I get to me, we'll talk more about it. But anything else you want to before we move on to Phable? We'll go to Phable next.
Yeah, I think like I said, nothing against Topher Grace. Just the way they handled Eddie Brock was really crappy, you know.
Because you could tell that Sam Raimi wasn't interested in trying to tell that story. Like, it was just tacked on. Like,
yeah. And I'm not so sure I really liked the way they handled Harry being the second Goblin with like the visor.
New Goblin. Yeah. Snowboard.
Yeah,
that was bad.
We're trying to go, you know.
I like the part where his anger came in, his jealousy, you saw it and all that.
Yeah.
But and then like him trying to steal MJ, and then he did that turn real quick to her and all that. It was just like, it was brutal, man. Very uncomfortable. Kirsten Dunst played well. Like, Kirsten Dunst doesn't get credit for her acting, but I think she's a good actress. And that all was, I enjoy her in that movie too. Anything else before we go to Phable?
Well, she's probably better than people were thinking Shailene Woodley was going to be, but
yeah.
Dang shame. She never. Have you guys? Did they ever release any deleted scenes of her as Mary Jane? No. Damn.
I don't think so.
I've just seen pictures. That's about it. But
yeah. All right. Well, we were going like, okay, Phable, you're next. What's your next
The
number?
next one would be not Amazing Spider-Man. Spider-Man 3. Yeah, absolutely.
Spider-Man
3. A good bad movie. That's what I would say Spider-Man 3 is. It has its problems, but like I said,
it's got a lot
I'm
of
a
charm.
Raimi head. Yeah, exactly. It's got a lot of charm. And plus it reminded me of another good bad movie, which is Superman 3, oddly enough.
Yeah.
Because there's a part in Superman 3 where he kind of goes bad. And, he's drinking and stuff and like that. And that movie wasn't that great either. But I love that movie because it's charming like that. It's quirky like that. So that part where Parker goes bad with the symbiote and all that, that kind of reminded me of that movie a little bit. So, I don't know. I love it even though it's got problems. Yeah, Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3, Steph?
You already know. Spider-Man 3. Just, I loved it. I love the whole emo Peter, him on the phone, talking like, he's like being sarcastic while he's talking to Doc Connors and stuff. Like,
I fucking love people. People like so mad about that. Why, man? That was so awesome.
It was dog. There's a lot of heart in that movie. It's we'll never know, but that movie probably would have been that much better had they not forced him to use Venom. Like, you can tell he wanted to tell a Sandman story. He put a lot of time into creating Sandman's look and his backstory. Venom was just kind of there. You can tell that he really wanted to tell a story about Sandman and he wasn't allowed to. So, but yeah, you guys said it best. This movie, it's a great bad movie. Like, it's not perfect, but there's so much charm littered throughout the movie. You'll find something you love.
And there's no surprise, Spider-Man 3. Which I just switched it. I just switched it because exactly, there was a lot in here that I did like. Like I always defended it because it was like, oh, it's so bad. I've known worse movies, and I'm not gonna name them because a couple of them are DC movies, and Sam will be mad at me. So let's not go there anymore. But I enjoyed the Mary Jane and Peter parts. You know what I mean? Like the Parker luck. Yet again, he's losing the ring that Aunt May gave him. You know what I mean? And what not to love? I love because of that. No, there was a person, I'm not gonna say who, ranked the 0. When they were ranking all the Spider-Man. I'm not gonna say who it is. I don't even know if she's gonna watch this, but like there's no way, even though you didn't like it, you're gonna rank it 0. You telling me you didn't like any of the actors, like you can't rank someone 0 if you don't like any of the actors. You know what I mean? You like the actors, you just don't like a lot about the story. But to each his own. I think this one, a good bad movie, like you said, and I enjoyed those parts of the movie. The Venom part was terrible. The Green Goblin part was terrible. That villain part wasn't well done. And the whole trying to make Sandman, but it wasn't really him who killed Uncle Ben and all that. And yeah, I understood all that, why people. But I love different parts, like Ursula, the daughter of the what's his name, the landlord. When he goes all emo and she's
feeding him cookies.
Peter.
Yeah.
And she's feeding him cookies. He's in the phone like, yeah. And she's like, I love it, bro. I freaking love it.
He's like, go get me some more cookies. Yeah.
Go get me. I thought Tobey Maguire was great in this movie, and this is the reason why it's there. So I'm gonna continue on, and I will be here forever just ranking these movies. So the next one now it gets harder. Now it's just like it starts getting harder for me. And probably for you guys, because I love everybody knows Spider-Man. Tom, all you guys know Spider-Man. Such a place in my heart. He's everywhere in here. But let's rank them real quick. We got 9, 8, 7. Now we're going to 6, which is it'll be. I almost want to switch it, but I'm not.
It's my 5.
But
I know what I'm doing.
You know what I mean? For you, it's 5. Tom, what's your number 6?
Oh man, this is hard.
It's the hardest part. The hardest, so hard. It's so hard.
I almost want to say, well, man. I can't decide if I want to say Homecoming or, yeah, I'd have to say Homecoming. I feel really bad about it, but
it's getting hard now. Just don't feel bad. It's
feel bad.
It's supposed to be difficult.
Well, we discussed the movie already, so you don't have to elaborate. You know, we know we'll rewind it. You know what I mean? But a quick synopsis. Homecoming was we still ranked it pretty well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So don't feel bad for that. Anything you want to add before I go to Phable real quick, or
no.
on? Yeah, we talked enough about that movie. We talked way too long. Phable, what's your next movie?
Same, Homecoming.
Okay.
Yeah, better than Spider-Man 3, better than Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Definitely.
But not better than anything else.
Okay.
Outside of it.
You already know. You guys, these two gentlemen below me have said everything that I could probably say about that. But yeah, Homecoming.
Okay.
That's my number, yeah.
Okay, this is where I'm a little different. You know what I mean?
I knew it was. Yeah, I knew it.
You know, this is where it changes. You know what I'm saying? It is so hard. There's my number 6, and I'm like, I enjoyed it so much. I ranked it up. You know what I mean? Far From Home is my next number 6, and you know what I'm saying. And
I thought you were gonna say Spider-Man 2.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa!
Can you imagine? No,
I went by her. No.
Yeah, I say by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm punished. Go to your corner, Herm. Oh yeah, but we discussed this earlier, so we don't have to elaborate. Far From Home is still an amazing movie. I love all these movies. I hate that I put myself in this situation where I have to rank them all. But this is what makes it fun, right, guys? So Far From Home, loved it. We discussed it earlier, why and all that. It went from 4 to 4.5. These shows will do that to you. They make you love the movie a little more. You know what I'm saying? So that's the next one. So Tom, what's your number 5?
Are we in 5 or 4? I can't.
5.
5.
We're 5, yeah.
Oh man.
I'm looking at my stack. That's how I know.
Man. That's tough.
Yeah.
We want to go back to you, or are you us to go back to you, or
I guess I want to say, well, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I guess I'm going to say either Far From Home or Toby's first one.
That's fair.
So
probably
5.
Spider-Man 1.
Okay. My heart's broken right now, but okay, that's okay, man. No, just kidding. Just kidding. No. I understand. So, the first one. So why you dropped it before? Like you still enjoyed it. That was our first Spider-Man movie, and all that. So any particular reason, or it's hard. It's hard. Top 5 hard.
Just
man.
It's okay if you did.
Pacing.
Okay.
Well, I was thinking about when Phable was giving his review of Far From Home. You know, Spider-Man being out of water, being in the beautiful country and other countries.
It's okay. We #blame Phable for everything. You know what I'm saying? He's never gonna escape that. You know what I mean?
We've made peace with this.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Yeah,
So
I can hear Sam in my head like, man, you hurt Herm. Come on, man. Come on
come
now.
on, man.
Come on.
Come on. I mean, come on. Come on. All right. So Phable, your will be number 4. What's your number 4?
Um, first I'm a little confused. There's 9 of these movies or 8 of them?
9.
Spider Verse.
Yeah, we
You're counting
included Into the Spider.
Spider-Verse?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
see, I didn't put that in at all. All right.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
because I was, I thought that was a Miles centric, even though Spider-Man's in it. But okay.
Yeah.
He's still a Spider-Man, right? Why not?
Yeah. Peter
Okay.
Parker's
So
in it,
then, if that's in, then my next one would be, geez, this is hard. My next one would be Spider-Man 1, like Tom.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Yeah, right. Number 4 would be Spider-Man 1. I mean, there's nothing to be said about Spider-Man 1. That hasn't been said before. Great film. Introduced us into the modern Spider-Verse, like modern Spider-Man. Like everything before this movie, remember, was him and those 70s special effects and cartoons and things like that. So this is like this is like 89 Batman for Spider-Man, right? Like that's how I take it. Like it's the next level. So yeah, I would put it as my number 4.
Okay. So Steph, you're number 5.
5. I'm gonna go with Far From Home. Nostalgia usually wins out for me, and that's the case for these next upcoming movies. Is it was I don't want to. It doesn't have to be classic Spider-Man, but it was such a different experience and an experiment for a Spider-Man adventure. It did it well, but it was just not what I think of when I think of Spider-Man. That's not a bad thing, but I'm just gonna put it at number 5 because of that. I think there's other seminal representations of a Peter Parker story.
See, but Far From Home was not getting enough love, y'all. Hey,
just hold on.
It got enough
Bruno.
love.
Just hold on.
It got
it's
enough.
Coming.
It got enough love earlier when we talked about it. I
yeah.
it up a little bit more because of it. And I only put it behind my next one is because of it. So I guess it's my turn. My number 5.
Yeah.
My number 5 is Spider-Man: Homecoming. You know what I'm saying? And it's my number 4 top 10 in the MCU. That's how crazy this list is for me. So much I love Spider-Man. Because I enjoyed the heck out of Homecoming when it first came out. It won me over. You know what I mean? I was excited for it. I thought, for the most part, a lot of people loved it. Like I said, if you're a hardcore comic book fan that loves that older stuff, it's totally different. And I understand if you don't like it because of that. But I had to look past that. It did the trick for me. It brought Spider-Man back in there. Civil War did that, of course, but Civil War is another movie. It's not a Spider-Man movie. So this one, because it's Spider-Man, so that gets a little extra up in the MCU movies for me. I had to put this in here, and it's crazy that this is number 5. It's crazy for me. It's hard. Like I said, this is one of the hardest lists I've ever had to do, knowing how much I love Spider-Man. But that's my number 5, and we're going to 4. And go ahead.
I don't think I said Homecoming. I'm gonna put Homecoming in that one. My bad. No, Homecoming is my number 5.
Homecoming is your 5. So all right. As long as you don't confuse yourself, but
no. I
thought
Far From Home would be my number.
So Far From Home would be your number 4 then.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so might as well go to you, right back to you. No. I guess Far From Home is your number 4. Yeah. And reason being, we just talked about it earlier with everything with Mysterio and all that. Yeah. And Phable in the Bronx. He's in the Bronx, guys. You got to forgive him. He's in the Bronx. So okay, 5 number 4. Any other reason why, or because everything you said before?
Everything I said before. It's
the whole Mysterio thing. The whole yeah. Understandable. Tom, what's your number 4?
Hey, did I say Homecoming already?
I got confused myself.
Yeah.
Did Amazing Spider-Man 2, 1? Did I already? It was Homecoming 7?
Oh yeah. Maybe it was
Vernon
7.
was confused too.
Okay.
Oh. It's so
Yeah, you know
hard
what?
to
I
rank these.
redact that. My bad. I messed up. I think Homecoming was my 7. So I'm gonna have to stick with my original Far From Home number 5. I'm
So
confused now. I
Okay.
should have been writing this down.
I think
Yeah.
my
Home.
4 is Far From Home.
Your number 4 is Far From Home, Tom? Yeah. Yeah, because you haven't said Far From Home yet.
Yeah.
So I wish I was writing it down for you guys. I kind of did this before
No.
just in case. And I should have just put the thing here with all our stuff and just wrote them down. Because I wrote down mine and still switched it.
Yeah,
So
I know mine.
one of them. So
I'm sure after I hear Fable's choice, I'll probably flip the script again and change
Well,
my.
actually, let's skip me so we can do our 3, 2, 1s together.
Okay.
Okay. But did you give a 4? Oh, you already gave a 4. That's right. Okay, yeah. So we do 3, 2, 1. 2. You're right. So we're skipping Fable. Tom said Far From Home is number 4, right? Right.
Mhm.
So my number 4 is gonna be a little bit controversial. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? But there's a reason for this. And it's like I said before, everybody knows I love nostalgia too, and the other one just had that because of it. And I'm not gonna say it real quick because I want to. People probably know where I'm going with this, but my number 4, and I love the scenes and all that. I might as well just bring it out. Well, my number 4 is Spider-Man 2. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And I
Damn. That's my number 4, by the way. Just to
and
so.
and a lot of people's number 1 for so many years.
Oh no, my bad. Spider-Man 1 is my number 4. Just
You're just confusing. Let's confuse her.
I know. I'm confused.
It's all good, bro. I love it. I love it. I love this. It's hard. Doesn't mean I have it at 4, and I'm like, you hated this movie, Herm. How do you give it 4? But I love this so much. I love Alpha Molina. We talked about him earlier. Great. He's a different octopus than Dr. Ock than you saw in the comic books. But I thought the way they modernized him and all that in this gave him more of a purpose. You know what I'm saying? And with the wife and people like, oh really? But the whole thing and how he acted and all that, I thought it was great. I loved it. Um, I loved the whole Mary Jane and Peter left her at the cemetery. You know what I mean? When she's telling him she loved him, and everything that happened in the first one, which I'll discuss next. I'll discuss in my list wherever it's. I'm giving it away already. But number 2, I love the whole train scene. The train scene was one of my favorite parts of the thing. A lot of people's favorite scene of all the Spider-Man movies, and that's why I have it at my number 2. I understand my number 4. I'm getting confused now. Now I'm getting confused. Spider-Man 2 is my number 4, but it doesn't mean it's not worthy of a number 1. If that's that, but I freaking love all these movies so much. But that's where I go with it.
Spider-Man. I just want to say Spider-Man 1 is my number 4 because Spider-Man 2 does everything better, my opinion. Kind of like X-Men,
I
X-Men 2,
understand. I understand. Like I said, there's gonna be a reason why the one most people probably know why. But
Sure.
now we skip Fable for 4. I think we got Tom's 4, your 4, and my 4, right? I don't want to get this
Yep.
confused.
Yeah, we're
You
on
know what I
3.
mean?
Tom's up for 3.
Brother
Yep.
Joe's like start over again. No, Brother Joe, this ain't spine ticks. This ain't spine ticks. Sorry about that. Everybody laughing. So number 3, guys, we're top 3, which I love it. I love all the memes. So Tom, you're going first, unless you want to go last. You know what I mean? I'll give you this option. You want to go last? You want to go first?
I'll go last.
I'll go. All right. Or we'll change it up. What
Ooh.
I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go first. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Because I was obvious what my number 3 is, and this one for a long time was my favorite Spider-Man movie. And two other ones came out and dethroned it. Modern ones. You guys already know what those 2 are. And this one over number 1, Sam Raimi. I loved all his movies and all that. And this one was just it's not fair for number 2 because, like you said, it did a lot of things better. It did, because Sam was able to like adjust whatever he needed to adjust. But this one has the best villain. It might be the best villain of all of the Spider-Man movies. Spider-Man, the original, freaking William Dafoe, killed it here, and then he looked better in the other one.
Yeah, you know what? That's such a peculiar movie because it redeemed so many aspects of previous movies. Like, it redeemed Andrew, Norman didn't need to be redeemed, but it just reinforced how great he was as Green Goblin. Like,
so good.
In the first one,
scary.
One of the best.
Goblin scary,
bro.
Like you didn't like the whole acting in this when he, you know what I'm saying? When he finds out Peter is Spider-Man in that Thanksgiving dinner, he had to leave out of nowhere. You know what I mean? It was just like
that was because that was a great scene, because I remember liking that scene because you can tell that kind of hurt Norman a little bit, because he was like, now I got to take you out type of stuff. Like, I thought you were going to be like my vicarious son.
Yeah, exactly. He felt like he was a son to him and all that. So I freaking love the hell out of this movie. It was the first one in the theater. Finally, Spider-Man is in theaters, guys. That's how I was feeling. So that trumps a little bit the other one for me because of that.
I can see
and
that.
Because of William Dafoe, he's the best bad guy. And then the new movie proved it.
Yeah.
The best villain, the actual villain. Because Dr. Octopus in the second one, the only difference is in the comics, he's genuinely evil.
Yeah.
He just doesn't know how to be good if he wanted to be good. You know what I mean? We saw a little bit of that in Superior stuff, but I think Slott did a great job with that Superior.
Oh, hell yeah. When his best works.
And this Doc Ock, he was bad because of the chip that blew up and all that, and the arms made him. He was already like not a good dude before all that. So that's why I dock it a little bit behind this one. Like I said, doesn't mean that that one was great. There's got to be a reason why I dock it.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna be. It's kind of nitpicking, kind of like when Robbie did on his night when he nitpicked No Way Home. But that's a story for another day. But this one was my number 3. So eeny meeny, I'll go to you, Steph. What's your number 3?
These last 3 are so difficult, man.
Tell me about it. That's my favorite for a long time, for years. So
this is hard. I'm not gonna lie. You know what? Shit.
It's a Thanksgiving movie too. I keep forgetting. Thanksgiving movie. One of the only like when Robbie was talking about Thanksgiving movie, I was like, yeah, Spider-Man is that. You know what I mean? But go ahead, Steph. You want me to go to Phable and you come back?
No, I'm gonna. This is hot take, but No Way Home is my number 3.
Oh, okay. This show's over. This show, guys,
you know what? There's a lot of hype with that movie. They did fan service well, but when I'm thinking of like a terms of just telling a Spider-Man story, a Peter Parker story, like a singular story, not something that's epic and all that, you gotta give the edge to some other two. At this point we already know what the last 2 are, but I'll wait till we name them. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is hard. I had to really debate that. Like, part of me doesn't want to list No Way Home at part 3, but then I'm taking into account that I'm still buzzed off the fact that we just saw all the Spider-Man in one movie. Like, I'm geeked off that. I'm there. That does take away from you being critical about a movie and the overall structure of the pace. Even though it had great pacing, it was a great movie. It's difficult. Long story short. I think
a second, third, fourth view might change your mind on that. You might.
I agree. Absolutely.
It's just I'll talk about it more when it's in my list, but I respect that though. It's not like I respect the next 2. We know what we know if you know Spider-Man movies, but we're going to Phable. Phable, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is No Way Home. I mean, not No Way Home. Damn you, Marvel, and your home stupid home.
Your home trilogy.
Far From Home.
Okay. See, where's Verno? Verno's still here. Far From Home, number 3. That's pretty high.
Get some love.
Caveat. Haven't seen Spider-Man 3, so you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm not Spider-Man 3. No Way Home. I haven't seen No Way Home.
Oh yeah.
But my number 3 is Far From Home. Far From Home, I thought was fantastic. Very enjoyable movie, whether it's the Spider-Man parts or just the kids on vacation parts. I love the whole thing from beginning to end. It was great.
Which is a surprise. It's surprising. I love it. I love it. I love it. Go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, it's just great. Mysterio, perfect. Maybe not how he's Mysterio, whatever from comic books, but the essence of Mysterio. That was it right there. Perfect.
Absolutely.
All right, Mr. Tom, you have some time. Number 3.
Boy, this is tough. Man.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
I would have to say Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, absolutely awesome movie. Loved Alfred Molina as Doc Ock, and like you said, like Kerm said, the train scene was just awesome.
So
yes.
So
I mean,
great scene
one
in
of the
any
best
movie.
scenes in any superhero movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially when he was unmasked and everyone saw him and they're like, he's just a kid. He's,
yeah.
You know? Yeah.
All right. Yay. So so this one's the top 2 was like really hard. So I'm gonna go last on this one. So
I'll go first.
Oh, you go first,
I'll
Phable?
go first.
I'll go. Okay. Fable's going first. Go ahead. Number 2.
My 2 and 1 were really tough to because they're just so excellent. They're both excellent movies. But I'm going to put Into the Spider-Verse at number 2. And I'm going to put Into the Spider-Verse at number 2.
That's big.
Because it's not Peter Parker. Everybody else on this list is Peter Parker. And even though there is a Peter Parker in this movie, and it is a Spider-Man movie, I do not deny that. Yeah. It has a lot of Spider people in this movie. You know what I mean? But this was Miles' origin, was in this movie. His whole dynamic was set up with Genki and everybody in this movie. But again, only because it's not Peter Parker Spider-Man. Everybody else on this list is a Peter Parker Spider-Man focus. I'm going to put it at number 2. But it could easily be number 1 just on story, production value, directing, art, art direction, just music. Fantastic animated movie. One of the best animated movies of all time. Period. Yeah. But my number 2. Into the Spider-Verse.
Station. Steph, you want to go next for number 2?
Now this was a difficult one. I'll go with Into the Spider-Verse. That's this. Since we already know what my number 1 is, the reason I chose Spider-Verse for number 2 is it's a great movie. I like Phable just listed everything, all the criteria that makes it a great movie. But 1 is just classic to me. I almost want to say that's like my favorite comic book movie of all time. They just get everything. If you were to try to explain to someone what Peter Parker was or Spider-Man was, and they've never seen any iteration or read anything, you show them Spider-Man 2, they're gonna understand everything about Spider-Man and Peter Parker.
Number 1.
Huh?
I say you jumped into your number 1 from your number 2.
Yeah, it was just like, we're not doing number 1, going 2, buddy.
Don't though. Go ahead, keep going,
bro. Keep going.
But I kind of figured everyone realized. But Spider-Man 2, just the perfect representation to me of what Spider-Man is. Like, if you've seen this, borrows from the cartoons, the comics, and just gets it down really well. Like, it really shows, Peter's always kind of a guy who's sacrificing his own personal life to an extent to protect others, and they really exemplified that throughout this movie. I was talking with Brandon yesterday because he was, I was saying that you don't want a villain to always just be evil. A good villain, you're gonna see their point of view. You're gonna see where they're coming from. Thanos, you saw where he was coming from. Dr. Octopus wasn't really the strange because it was a chip, but he started off as good, so you knew it wasn't him. So you kind of like, man, if Peter could only get that chip off of him and save this brilliant mind who's a good guy, it had that going for it. But yeah, Spider-Man 2 is one of the, I can watch that anytime, at any point in the movie, and finish it. It's
so Spider-Man 2 is your number 2.
Number 1.
Oh, your number 1.
It's Spider-Verse is my number. Yeah.
Spider-Verse, you confuse the crap out of me. All right, so okay, so we went with 2 and 1 for you. So that was yours. So Tom, did you give a number 2? Because I'm confused now. Number 2? Did you give one?
Number 2, Into the Spider-Verse. It's an awesome origin story for Miles. Miles Morales is an awesome character, amazing. Like Phable was saying, the animation and the music were just, way up
looked
here.
Like a comic book brought to life.
Or you cannot believe. In fact, it makes me want to rewatch it now that I think about it.
That's great.
All right, so you give your number 2. So obviously, I have to give my number 2. Steph is getting ready for his show and tell probably because he gave his number 1.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do my number 2 was so hard. It was so hard. But I know I got hyped off the movie that just came out. This was it was hard to do this list because like I said, the Raimi number 1 was my favorite for so long. But my number 2 is Enter the Spider-Verse. So a lot of things Phable said earlier, like you said, because this is a Peter Parker centric kind of countdown and all that is the reason why I put this as 2. But me and the lady saw this twice. The lady's the one that asked me to see this a second time. It's not easy for me to get her to go to the movie theater. She likes going, but it's not easy for me to get her out of the house. After she's tired, work or whatever, because our schedules are different, and we always try to go on a day we both can go. So sometimes I have to wait to see a movie, and this one I think I waited a little over a week to see it, which I was like, I need to see it. You know what I'm saying? And it lived up to the hype. I actually want to cover this movie with you guys on one of our shows, whether it's Sunday or here, because it's. I love Miles Morales already before this. I was in on Miles Morales. It had a lot to do with him being half black and half Puerto Rican, me being Puerto Rican, and all that. And I fell in love with the character and all that, and the way they portray it with Gwen, Spider Gwen, Ghost Spider now. Still can't get over that one, but everything about it. So I'm not gonna say too much about this because I do want to cover it with you guys because I think you guys share the same love for this as I do, and it's so good. It is so good. The animation, ahead of its game.
Yeah,
you
it's
see
literally
much of it.
Comic
book.
Go ahead.
Life. Yeah. And I told people to go see this. The people that I know. And they took it they started reading me other cartoons and stuff. A cartoon to the movie theater? Nah, this ain't no regular. This ain't your grandpa's cartoon, bro. This is This is some good shit, bro. So I had to curse, but this is some good stuff. So I had to put this as my number 2. You guys already know my number 1 is. Steph said his number 1, so
that's exactly why I said it.
Spider-Man 2. So we're going to Phable. We probably know where you're going with your number 2, Phable. So your number 2 is.
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man
2. I gotta echo everything that Link said. This is the perfect Spider-Man movie. It's perfect. There's everything that you love about Ditko Spider-Man. This is that movie. They got every character nailed completely. All the mistakes from part 1 were completely rectified. I mean, not that there were a lot of mistakes, but the special effects were more grander. The acting was better. The cast gelled more. The scene where Aunt May gets the scene where Aunt May gets thrown off the building. Spider-Man's trying to save her from falling, and she's like, "Oh!" And she's got her an umbrella, and I mean, just this Spider-Man 2.
Great Aunt May.
I mean, I haven't seen. You know, again, I have to reiterate for people who may be tuning in. I haven't seen No Way Home, but like Steph said, and I think I'd agree with him if I saw the movie because of what he said about fan service and things like that, and connecting to these other movies. But when you think of a singular Spider-Man story that worked from beginning to end in every way and represented Spider-Man in every single way, yeah, Spider-Man 2, number one.
Yeah, Rosemary Harris as Aunt May is the best Aunt May out of all of them. I just
Superman, you know.
You're not Superman.
And you're saying the train scene and everything.
The cafe scene.
You know, all that, the cafe scene. And not to mention that William Dafoe as Goblin was great. But we all agree, right? Kind of look goofy with the mask and all this other stuff.
Power Ranger suit.
I mean, Otto Octavius was freaking perfect. Had a bowl cut, had the freaking trench coat. The arms looked amazing, like what you would think in the comic book.
His look,
it was fantastic. So, yeah, man, absolutely.
I respect that. Like, it's so hard to rank these. Like, like what? The only thing about the villains is, like I said earlier, like Willem Dafoe's villain was the villain. You know what I mean? He was the villain.
So sinister, bro. Yeah.
I was like villain because that's the only difference for me. But I'm not arguing with you guys. That's a lot of people's favorite. Spider-Man 2 still favorite.
But you guys said it earlier when you were talking a little bit. Like Willem Dafoe looks like the Goblin. There's no reason to even put a mask on that man. You could have.
Why are you covering his expressions?
You could have just made it right. Didn't he take drugs or something in the Spider-Man 1 to become the Goblin? Right? He was in some.
He was in the gas.
He took the gas. Why not? His skin turned green when he's freaking pissed off or something like
exactly.
That. That's it.
Like a Hulk thing.
You didn't have to do any of that because you look like him. So.
I thought like maybe he just felt like he had to do that to modernize him, but he didn't need that, man. You saw that,
right.
You know. So Tom, like number one, what's your number one?
Number one, No Way Home.
Yes, and I'm gonna same thing with me. No Way Home. I'm trying to look for the picture here. No Way Home is my number one, and it's Tom's number one. I might as well add myself. It's obvious. You know what I mean? Tom, your reason for number one.
So many good positive things.
Yeah, we know you went off for a long time earlier. I loved it though. I loved it. I was like this.
The thing about fan services, though, is that sometimes it does, you know, while they do great fan services, that there's going to be someone that sees this movie that's never seen another Spider-Man movie, and they're not going to know the reference to why Toby or Andrew's in here, so it's not going to hold the same weight. So, you know, that's why I meant like about the buzz or the hype of this movie, you know, like structurally, this movie doesn't stand on its own as well. Like, you know, but still amazing movie. I gotta choose my words carefully because I say some. Yeah,
I disagree with that. You know, and why I disagree with that? Because even if you didn't know about the other Spider-Man, just knew MCU, you still saw it's a Spider-Man movie. You know what I mean? You still saw like all these other two Spider-Mans come out of nowhere. You know what I mean? And from other universes, you know, you still saw Tom Holland in that movie become the reason why he's Spider-Man. You saw him with the death of Aunt May, with the everything. Hold on. I'll give you a chance. But this is why I thought it was great. Not just the fan service, but everything else that came with this movie throughout, connected to the other two MCU movies. You know what I mean? And going into this one, on everything that he had to deal with in this movie was Spider-Man like. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he got the spark. And we didn't even talk about the ending of that movie, which I'm not gonna say nothing because I don't want to blow it for Phable. I forgot. I'm mad at myself for not thinking that. When Phable sees the movie, we're gonna talk about the ending of that movie and what it did for the universe in the future. But all that is the reason why it trumps all the other ones for me. Yes, the connection had a lot to do with it. And you know, and I understand that the Spider-Man 2 part of it, like I said, that's a great movie and all that. This one just trumped it for me because of all those connections. And yes, it did help. But it was also a Peter Parker. He had to learn his lesson in this movie, just like those other movies. And I don't know how else to explain it. And then like what happened. So that's the reason why this one became one of my favorites. I know we didn't really blow it uh, Phable saw all the spoilers for all the other Spider-Mans. So that's why it became mine. But go ahead, Steph. I apologize. I didn't mean like
No,
it's kind of trying to get like we're gonna agree to disagree, but doesn't mean we're wrong. You know what I mean? It's just,
no, yeah, I just want to get my point out, like you're getting your point out. I think that, like you said, though, you're getting a Spider-Man, but if someone this is their first Spider-Man movie they've ever seen, they're gonna be like, why is there only two other Spider-Man? We know why there's other two Spider-Man. We know why it holds weight, but they don't explain that in the movie. Like that's what I mean by fan service. On its own, it does not stand as a separate story. Like whoever gonna see that movie for the first time, they're gonna be like, who's that guy? Or why does he look different? Or why are there only two other Spider-Man? Why there's not five other Spider-Man? Like they don't. Us, the audience, we know why they. Yeah.
But people know about the other Spider-Mans, though. They actually do. Like they didn't see those.
But
movies,
you have to take into account that people who go see this movie, they're not all comic book readers. People who saw this movie, not everyone who saw this movie has seen the other Spider-Man movies. You can't assume that. You can never assume stuff like that.
Unless you're a little kid, understandable. But if you're an adult, you heard of the other Spider-Mans. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So it's kind of like they actually did hear about it. You know what I mean?
Thinking of like when we're all dead and gone, and it's the future, and these movies are still around, and they've had years to sleep on this. There'll be a time where no one knows who Tobey Maguire is or Andrew Garfield. They're just going off movies, and this will be the first movie they see. It's still a great movie.
I'm just gonna piggyback off that. I've never seen them three, and if I see it, I might change. I might say it is the best. I might say it's number one, depending on what I see. But I do the same thing for the other two, for the Homecoming and Far From Home. Even though I love Far From Home, Homecoming, it's in the middle of the road for me. I take them down a peg only because I know I have to know the MCU to get them. Their plots and their storylines hinge so much on what happened on Endgame. So as standalone movies, I gotta agree they can't hold because some people are gonna be like, "What is this?" Now it's not to say they won't enjoy it, but the impact will be different.
Yes.
It will inevitably be different. But again, I gotta see that one. But I have a feeling if it's hinging on a lot of MCU lore, then it has to be taken with the MCU.
Yeah, I feel like you can't punish the movie because of all that other stuff. Because I think like I
not punishing.
Everybody's I feel a little bit like because that's how I feel, but it's okay.
I know.
I also listen to a lot of different podcasts, and maybe that hinges my thoughts a little bit on it. And there was a lot of people saying, "Well, my wife never seen any of the Spider-Man movies, and she loved this." You know what I mean?
But you just said anybody who's older has heard of Spider-Man.
Anybody who's older, yes.
Or they know the Spider-Man.
Yes, but you know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna.
It's not like you won't enjoy it. It's not like you won't enjoy it for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
You can enjoy it. Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
but you will be lost on some things that will make me more excited. Like I would be like, "Holy! Did you just see what they just did? This is the best thing I've ever seen." Like, you know what I mean? Where another person's like, "Yeah, no, that was great. That was awesome." That's all. I know where both of you are coming from, but I would knock myself personally. I would knock stuff down a notch only because you have to see other things in order to really let it get you. You know what I mean? The way it's supposed to get you, the way it's designed to get you.
Yeah, I get all that. I guess I'm seeing it as a Spider-Man fan myself. Like if I never saw all the other ones, like you said, Steph, and I saw it as a Spider-Man fan, I'll still go gaga. You know what I mean? I'm still gonna, but I understand if I understand that whole thing. But this is
kind of like.
But guess what? I know about all these other movies. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna You know what I mean? I actually, because you could know about the other movies and it still be a bad movie. You know what I mean? And this No Way Home was not a bad movie. It was so
No, that
well
was never
put
the
together.
argument. Yeah.
No, I know,
Yeah,
but it was so well put together. I had to put it as my number one. And guys, it was the
That's not a
hardest
bad
thing I had
place.
to do.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
hardest thing I had to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like I
I
break
mean,
my own heart doing it.
you got so much joy and pleasure out of it. And I noticed
Exactly.
that when you rank movies, that's how you rank them. Herm,
Right.
to me, tends to rank from emotion.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Where we're a little more scientific, we're a little more
It makes
robotic.
you.
You know
Sorry
what I
to
mean? But
interrupt.
that's
Yeah.
okay. That's what makes good critics. You got critics that are like that. It's different.
Right.
Some people go with the raw emotion, the shit that they felt that night.
Right.
If it impacted and resonated with them, they don't give a shit what the lighting was like. They enjoyed it, right? But like other times, there's critics like me where I'm just a little more like that, and it's okay. You can have both. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
watching Star Wars Episode 7, 8, and 9 for a little kid when Ray is, saying to what's his face? Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot his name.
Finn?
Ben Solo.
Yeah.
Saying, your grandfather, Darth Vader. A little kid's gonna look at it and
Oh,
say,
Kylo Ren.
"What? WTF, Darth Vader? Who's that?
Mm-hmm.
Who you
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about?"
Right.
But
Yeah.
Darth Vader has become such a cultural icon villain, so iconic, pretty much
Who's
like
gonna know
Santa
who he is?
Claus or Rudolph.
Yeah.
A lot of kids know who Darth Vader is, but like Steph was saying, they're gonna see, who's Toby, who's Toby Maguire guy, who's this Andrew Garfield,
Right.
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 Right. Yeah. It
Yeah,
won't
man.
hold us. Not to say that. That's what I'm saying. Maybe I'm coming off more harsh, but not to say that's not an impactful scene, regardless if you've not seen it. But it won't hold as much weight as it did for us. Like we knew what that scene meant. Someone might see that, but like, yeah, it's two Spider-Man. Like that's cool. But we
Right.
know how powerful that scene was
They'll
because of the
love
content.
it. They'll love it.
Right.
But they may not like resonate the way
Right.
we resonate. You know.
Like it's iconic for us. But yeah,
And it's
that's
hard.
yeah.
It's
You
hard
guys.
for us to disassociate ourselves from the things we love to look at it from those angles sometimes. But
Yeah.
when you trying to like present something to a general audience, that's how you got to think sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
I like this, but maybe you might not like this because I've seen what you like. You know what I mean?
Right.
You might like some other stuff,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's awesome. As long as you enjoy it, as long as you
Right.
love it with all your heart, that's what matters. It doesn't. Nothing else matters. And
That's
think
like trying
Far
to
From
convince.
Home, really impacted all three of you. Because even if Steph ranked it at number 3, Steph freaking loved this movie. He said it surpassed his expectations, and that's hard to do. He's
Yeah.
absolutely correct.
I was gonna say this debate is just a testament to how great these Spider-Man movies are. It's how
Oh
difficult
yeah.
this has been.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, man.
Now, if
I
we
just
just
know,
could have
like,
convinced Sam that Superman was a good superhero.
Kevin. Hey, listen, this was a lot of fun. Like
Yeah.
I said, it is so hard to rank them and all that stuff like that. We're gonna agree to disagree on some things,
Oh yeah.
but for the most part, we all agree with awesome. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, we can definitely agree on that. They're all awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just amazing. And I can't wait to see No Way Home a second time, a third time.
Yeah.
It was just like an event movie of event movies. You know what I mean? It that's why I was like, it rivaled anything. Like even Endgame and Infinity War, like it rivaled those because
Yeah.
this was like 20 years of movies
Build up. Yeah.
in one,
Right.
build up and stuff like that.
Mhm.
That kind of helped too. I ain't gonna deny that one, but it's just I freaking loved it so much. So I don't want to say
Yeah.
too much because I want Fable to watch it, see what he thinks.
Yeah.
Like you might still go the Spider-Man 2 route, which I respect. Like I said, I freaking love those movies. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
But totally understand everybody's list here, and I don't think anybody's in the wrong. Like it's like from
Absolutely. Yeah.
like after we
Well,
got rid of the Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man movies and the Spider-Man 3, it was harder to
It's
go
hard.
up.
oh yeah,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? What are you gonna say, Fable?
No, I was just gonna say that's why the End Games and the Infinity Wars weren't number 1 or 2 on my list
Right.
when we did the MCU thing. It's the same thing. Those movies are freaking amazing. They're amazing visually. They're amazing from a pacing, story, acting standpoint, directing, everything. But they hinge on 10 years of movies. They hinge on that.
Yeah.
Whereas some of the other MCU movies tell totally standalone movies, and at the end, it's like, oh look, we got a Tesseract or we got a gem, and that's how it connects to everything else. You know, and for those movies are going to be like, it could be great for us, and it could be great for somebody who's never seen any of this stuff before. And you want to introduce them, like Captain America: The First Avenger would definitely be the movie I could point anybody to if you want to see Captain. If you want to know who Captain America is, watch Captain. Even though Winter Soldier is a better film,
right? No, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, like Winter Soldier is a lot of people's number ones. You know, not mine, but doesn't mean I don't love it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I totally understand all that, the critic part of it, but I don't see things in that part because I could open up a newspaper and a critic could totally bash something, and then I go see the movie and I freaking love it.
What
this guy's talking about? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I Daily News, I so many times that's happened, and then I go see a movie they love and I freaking was bored. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
That's why, that's why I always say our personal favorite, not what we think is the best. Because if I rank it what we think, maybe it's a little different for me. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll start being a critic, but being a critic is boring to me. So, so that's the only reason why I go through it. Like I said, this is so hard, so we've got to be a little bit critical so we can actually rank the damn movies, or not we'll be here all day. But I just feel like No Way Home was so good that people are gonna want to go back and watch all those other movies and see what the hell it was talking about. That's the impact
I'll give you that.
You know what I mean?
I have not been the biggest fan of Amazing Spider-Man saga, but after No Way Home, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back and watch Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. Even Amazing Spider-Man 2, I'm gonna watch that one. But that was a testament to No Way Home.
You mean the dead last movie on everybody's list?
Yes, even that one. I'm gonna go try to find some redeeming qualities in that.
Yeah, we got so long. We're getting people probably did shows and everything, finished their shows, and they're coming in.
Like, you guys are still on.
No good. Thanks for being on here. This was amazing. Thanks for ranking them. It's really late. You guys still want to do the show and tell, or
here's my show.
There you go.
Nice.
Epic Collection.
Real quick. I gotta do this part. Come on, guys. You're gonna make me skip this. Might as well just do it. This is for Sam, man. This is for Sam, and you guys know what? That beautiful sight. That gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful sight. Show and tell.
Yeah.
Up in the house. Let's do it. Why not? For Sam. Phable, don't kill me in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So, Tom, you're going first. I'm gonna solo you, and show and tell.
Yeah.
You got the floor.
Well, I got the Spider-Man No More, the Romita Lee Epic Collection.
Nice.
I'm a big fan of Romita. And let's see, I couldn't find my Amazing Spider-Man 100, but I did find one of my favorite Patrick Gleason covers, Spider-Man 55.
Yes, sir.
The
love it.
It's the red.
Patrick Gleason, you won my heart already.
Yeah.
And then I don't have this issue, the first debut of the Sinister Six, but I do have this tin sign.
Nice.
Oh.
Yo, that's a fire cover.
Wait, ain't that the cover for Far From Home? I mean, No Way Home?
Yeah. Yo.
Goddamn home things confuse me too, guys.
I know. I was gonna say, like, what's the next one? Home Pod or something? I don't know.
And one last cameo from our buddy Spider-Man.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Nice. Pop of the year. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I was gonna say that's
for sure.
And the man himself. Man.
I love the detail they put into that.
Rest in peace, Sam. Happy birthday, buddy.
Peace,
we love you.
Happy birthday.
Station.
Yeah, happy birthday. Station to that, man. Oh, thank you so much, Tom.
Well done.
Well done. Who wants to go next? You want to go next, Phable?
Yeah, I'll go next. I'm real quick. My only show and tell being that it's Spider-Man. Guys, you guys love Spider-Man, and we've been talking about different versions and iterations of Spider-Man, but one iteration of Spider-Man and one that may be closer than the MCU version, is Spider-Man
Oh
from
Yeah.
yeah.
PlayStation 4 and Spider-Man Miles
Oh,
Morales.
oh. Now those are
Uh,
two I like to see next to each other.
You know, these two games are very good. Probably the best Spider-Man game ever. Maybe the best superhero games of all time.
Oh
All
my God,
debatable.
you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding.
All
But it's so
debatable.
good.
But
No,
yeah,
they're out
man.
there.
One thing that people do not speak about, besides the graphics and being Spider-Man, is the story in these games. The stories are great. Spider-Man faces so many villains, and it all makes sense, including Dr. Octopus, who's his mentor in this game as well. Mr. Negative is fantastic in this
Oh, he's
game.
so dope.
Yeah, so yeah, my show and tell, and in honor of my man Sam's 50th birthday, Marvel Spider-Man and Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Nice.
Hell
Nice.
yeah. Hell yeah. That was awesome, bro. Like you read my mind, bro. I have him too.
Yeah,
For
my
my
Yo.
show and
boy.
tell, you know what I'm saying? So like I guess I scratched that for me, you know. But it's awesome. You got to show that. Steph, you want to go next, or you want me to go next?
Oh yeah,
Um,
I'll go next.
okay.
Uh, I just I want to pull out one of my favorite comics of probably one of the better comic book characters out there. Um, but I don't think a lot of people talk about this. But I just wanted to put some spotlight real quick on Tim Drake. He's the best Robin.
Oh,
This is
Sam.
Red Robin issue 1
Sam's like that damn link.
when he did go. Sorry, Sam. You know I love your
Oh, Sam's
headline.
like, come
but
on.
but to make up for it, Sam, it's old, but hey, you guys are Spider-Man
Yeah,
2099.
boy.
So there
Yeah,
you
someone's
go.
Oh
specking.
Yeah.
yeah.
Someone's specking.
Yeah. Oscar Isaac, baby, come on now.
That's right. Yeah, man. I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. Oh my God,
Yo,
that's this year. That's the end of the
yo,
year.
this
Into
is
the
a tough one
Spider-Verse.
though. What costumes do you guys like better? Like I do like the new one and how they made it modern, but there's something about the
The
classic.
original one,
Nah, the
man.
Yeah,
classic, man. The
I
classic. Yeah,
love
absolutely.
2099's
Yeah.
costume.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they're both
But
great, but I'll take the original for sure.
and speaking of Spider-Man animated series, this is a little underappreciated gem. The MTV
Oh yeah.
Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
It's not the best graphics to this day, but I still think it came out 2003, so I think it's aged quite well. But I don't think people talk about that enough, and it was actually pretty solid. Pretty solid.
Nice. Nice.
Nice,
Look,
That's all I got.
I enjoy that too, because anything after that, I don't know if I enjoy that quite as much as
Right.
they
Yeah.
started going off the rails and all that. Not that they're bad, but just not for me, not
It
my
wasn't.
cup
Yeah.
of tea.
Facts.
You
What
know
was
what
it?
I'm
Ultimate
saying?
Spider-Man.
Ultimate
Was that?
Spider-Man came out, and there was a lot of silliness in it, and when Deadpool came in and everything, it was just weird. And then Spider-Man again, and then that was like, whew, just not
Was
for
it
me,
just
man.
like Ultimate Spider-Man, or just?
It just became Spider-Man in the front again. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay.
Yeah. And the drawing was a little weird, but it's not even about the drawings. It's the stuff they did in there. I was like, this is definitely for kids, not for me. Even though I like to give everything a chance.
No. Yeah.
Like the Marvel action and stuff. I actually like those. I kind of like stopped buying them a little bit, but I still like those. You know what I mean? IDW is gonna stop doing those, but yeah, man, wonderful choices, guys, and I love that shirt, Steph. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? I
thank you.
love
Yeah, I
that
know.
shirt.
I just noticed it now
Yeah.
for the first time. I
Yeah,
don't know why I didn't
Todd
notice it
McFarlane
before.
goodness. You know what I'm
Hell
saying? I
yeah.
know this from the
That's a dope
beginning, but
shirt.
I had to say something. And even though we'll
Keep that
bump
hat.
heads sometimes and all that, I love you guys, and
Oh yeah.
we
Yeah.
don't have to agree
We're
on
brothers.
everything. We are
This is
brothers.
we're gonna
Brothers
let's
fight. You
Dude,
know what I
it's
mean?
better. It's better that way because
Yes.
I know me and Steph probably gonna fall in line, but Herm gonna come with the wild card, and I love it. I
right.
love
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
it.
So yeah, I'm gonna go next. You know what I'm saying? My show and tell. Of course, I'm always wearing this
Oh, yo, I did not peep that.
Nice.
That is dope.
What?
I was wearing
Where
this
did
in
you get
some of my
that?
streams.
Awesome.
When Homecoming first came out, man, I think I ended up buying it around like that Christmas or the next Christmas. They still had some on my thighs,
Now
and
that's
That's so
attention to
had
detail,
to.
folks.
Yeah, that was worth it. Yo,
Yeah.
I almost didn't. I thought it was like it's so weird that Herm's got a Spider-Man hat on, but not a Spider-Man shirt, and then you show the
Oh,
shirts. It's Spider-Man, baby. Come on now.
You know, it tells you the year established 1962. Well, when
That's it.
Spider-Man came out, this is the whole high school in the movie and all that. So I
Yes, sir.
freaking love this thing. Like, I forgot I didn't forget I had it. I just forgot where I put it. I'm glad I found it. And I wore it a couple of times to see if people noticed. A lot of people didn't. So I was like, for Sam's birthday, I'm gonna let people know. Sam probably would have known this. You know what I mean? Like, me and Sam had that kind of connection. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. So everybody knows my Tokidoki Spider-Man hat. I'm gonna go. I already showed the games. Of course, the calendar came out, and of course, Ben Rally.
What?
This is
Yeah.
my boy Patrick Gleason art right here.
Oh, you
Like,
did get a copy.
I got
Nice.
it today. I got it today.
Okay.
That's Gleason on the cover?
Yeah, that's Gleason, bro. That's his.
No, that's
What?
Art Adams. No,
I was gonna
that's
say I
Art
thought that was
Is it?
Adams. Yeah.
That's Art
Okay,
Adams.
Art Adams. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I
Okay.
was shit. It looks like it could be different though. Like I was gonna say, big ups to Gleason
No,
for
that's the
channeling.
cover. That's the same cover to the Spider-Man. The one after. Which one is it?
It was
The
one
one
of
after
those numbers.
75 or whatever. That's the cover. It wraps around. That's the other side.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Beyond. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. Why did I
Yeah.
think it was Gleason? I guess I love Gleason's in my head. You know what I mean? I
That
guess.
Right.
that Beyond post kind of does look like a Gleason Spider-Man. The one in the
It
Beyond
does a
costume.
little
Yeah.
bit. Like,
Yeah.
but that last issue with Gleason, he did the art, bro. Fantastic book, bro. I hope you guys get a chance to read it. Worth it. It's like
Did he write and draw?
his one shot. He wrote, drew it, everything.
What?
That's his book.
Yeah. I gotta get it.
So yeah, like anybody who's not getting Beyond stuff and all that, that book is like a one shot. You might not know some of the things going on, but a lot of things that are going on is Peter Parker. A lot of Peter Parker in it. And I think he's a solid writer. If the whole thing, we'll talk about all the news and all that on our show Sunday. We'll keep that for that. But
Okay.
I'm gonna keep on because people want to go to sleep and stuff like that. Especially Phable.
We're just continuing this on in the other chat, man. You know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I feel so bad for
Yo,
you.
Yeah.
Doc Ock. This is
Oh, yeah.
I think Sam will be proud of me. You know what I mean? It's been in
yeah.
the back, but
Beautiful.
I think I don't know. It might be the first time I show it on the screen like this, or maybe the second time. I think I showed Sam it, but I couldn't find some of the other ones at the time, but I had to show me some Doc Ock action there. It is reason why there's a lot of Spider-Man 2 favorite. Doc Ock is like Green Goblin, Doc Ock. Spider-Man's got two villains that made his life go through hell through the comics. So why not? Love me some Doc Ock. So I got this one. The movie version of Mysterio. You know, like we did Far From Home. I love that
so
Phable
cool.
enjoyed this movie so
That
much.
Now you want
surprised
me
me.
to? Now you got me. Oh shit! Blame Herm. Blame Herm, guys. You know I'm picking that up at some point this
I was gonna say
year.
that costume is just
I'm missing
designed
a couple,
so nice.
Yeah. I'm missing a couple of those guys. I got the Far From Home one up there. I'm gonna show it next time. But I'm missing the Night Monkey that you were talking about earlier. You were talking about.
Oh, Night Monkey.
Yeah, that one's hard to find. That one's a spec one, and I'm missing the Scorpion. But I got the rest of them to form this multi-man version of the movie. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
I mean, they didn't do him right, but Mysterio. I love this Mysterio.
Yo, was that on the back of that Doc Ock? Was that Spider-Man 2099 next to him?
Back to the Doc Ock. Nah, this was the one I'm gonna show right now. I wish I had that one, man. That was the one I really want. I want that one. I'm missing that one, man. But I think this one that I'm showing right now. This is the other Scarlet Spider, This is the Kane.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Kane, right?
Modern day Kane. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Which I do like the modern day Kane. Like a lot of people don't, because he was a messed up clone of Spider-Man. You know what I mean? But
give him a chance.
Yeah, give him a chance, guys. He's Doc Ock, Electras, and that whole series and stuff like that. Cloak and Dagger, Daredevil, which I think that's the Daredevil I got back there. And the House of M Spider-Man, which I think I have up there too. So I love the Scarlet Spider. So I couldn't get the original Scarlet Spider suit, Marvel Legends. That's
with the hoodie.
With the hoodie and all that.
Oh no way,
bro! I'm hoping that Todd McFarlane, he's coming. He's gonna do these now. He did the DC ones. Now he's gonna do the Marvel. So when that comes out, I'm jumping. I'm pre-ordering those. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm getting on that too, bro.
Guarantee.
Yeah. Oh, can't wait. And those are probably open. My wife is probably sleeping, hopefully.
Yeah.
So real quick, are we talking about Spider-Man No Way Home? This is the pop figure. I have the big version of it.
Nice.
Showed it before. I'm going in and out.
Nice.
You guys can see me still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Now everything is slow motion. Damn it!
It's still coming in normal for us.
Yeah,
so I'm probably not gonna be able to hear you guys. So you guys can still talk. It's going in slow motion now, but I'm just gonna continue on with my Should I pull out and come back in? Yeah. But let me just do it. I'll be right back, guys. Carry. I'll be right back.
Carry on. Carry on. So guys,
all right. Who's your favorite? Toby, Tom, or damn the other guy?
That's my favorite.
Who's your favorite?
I always said that if you had Toby as Peter Parker, Andrew as Spider-Man, you'd have the perfect Spider-Man movie.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to listen into you guys because that messed up on me. But you guys can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to my solo layout because I'm almost done. I don't have a big one this time, but I could show you guys the No Way Home. Which
yes.
I wish I had the Doctor Strange of the pop figure
and the parka.
Yeah. This is the set right here. Oh, it's over there. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna freaking get it. This right here, I'm pretty happy. This is the first time that I have the entire set of a pop figure set, and my favorite cartoon is that '94 Spider-Man. Spider-Man, radioactive Spider-Man. That's my favorite Spider-Man. all that.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's Amazing Friends was my first Spider-Man actually, but that one won my heart, and stuff like that. It's got Rascally Brown as Kingpin, was one of my all-time favorite voices of cartoons. But I got Doc Ock version of the Amazing Spider-Man.
The best version, yes.
That
both
series,
kinds of shades. That's sick.
Oh yeah, I just picked that one up too.
Yeah,
nice.
I didn't even know they came out with a animated series line.
This is brand new. It's brand new.
Oh, Madam Web.
What happened?
They show Madam Web sitting in her chair.
Yeah. We'll keep going. This is the Spider-Man version of it. Barnes. I keep forgetting his first name. The voice actor for that, Christopher Barnes, was it? I forgot.
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
But it's the Spider-Man version of that one. You know, because you see the Spider-Man from the cartoon. So I had to show him. And then my favorite Black Cat is from that cartoon. I love the comic book one, but Felicia Hardy, you know that from that cartoon. You know what I mean?
What was her dad called?
Fantastic Felicia. I love her. It made me love her a lot, that cartoon. You know what I mean? And,
didn't the cartoon have her dad in it? Was he like a...
Yeah.
Okay,
he escaped jail, and then he ended up going with Agent S.H.I.E.L.D. You know, that's Nick Fury and all that. They show all that. Love it. Love it. Yeah. Very well done, that cartoon. And I showed Doc Ock. And this one just came in, which people specking on. And I thought I wasn't gonna end up having one. but I have it. I'm excited for it. And the Hobgoblin guys.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
It's Mark Hamill, one of my favorite voices.
No, you don't tell me. Mark Hamill was the voice of Hobgoblin?
Yes. He was the great voice.
Dog,
like
yeah.
He used to yell, Spider-Man, I'm here for your funeral. You know the way he was. He was a great Joker voice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great Hobgoblin voice. And the story with the Hobgoblin was, I forgot the name of the PR rep guy. Went with Hobgoblin first before Green Goblin. It was supposed to be Green Goblin, but they already did the toys for him. So that's why they had to go with the Green Goblin first in that cartoon.
Right.
So right there, you know.
Wow.
So I'm so happy I got this. People are expecting this one. And real quick, if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna go fetch the Madam Web real quick.
Okay.
But I'll be right back.
Thank you, Bobby.
How do I forget Madam Web, man?
Yeah, so back to the best Robin. All safely admit. It's Tim, you know. But yeah, favorite Spider-Man or
no, you mashed up Toby and I keep forgetting his name.
Andrew or
Andrew.
Andrew, yeah.
Toby and Andrew. Yeah. There she goes. Yeah, I agree with you. I would have to go with that. I would say that, you know, I love Toby as Peter and I love Andrew as Spider-Man.
My only gripe about Holland is
Phable, almost done, bro. Then you can go to bed.
Yeah.
This is Madam Web, which Stanley's wife voiced Madam Web. So
wow.
Yes. Right here. That's why I have a special heart for Madam Web. Like she's the type, like, not a lot of people love her as a character, but if she's ever in the MCU, her issue is gonna go skyrocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like her sitting down in the chair and all that. You could compare the box to the regular box is a little bit bigger. She's not a little bit bigger. It's just the whole chair and stuff. But Spider-Man animated series, I thought it was perfect to show these.
Oh yeah, fitting. Absolutely fitting.
For today. Sam would have loved these. You know what I mean? And love it, man. That whole set, the first time I got the entire set. Wow. I'm so fucking happy, man. Yeah, bro. I got the Spider-Verse one, and I'm missing the hand for the Spider-Verse one, which is Peter B. Parker. You know what I mean? And it has all of them. I'm missing the hand. I got everybody else. The guy with the hand right over here. I'm missing that guy. So I don't have the whole series for this one. But that's it for me. Millions of hours later, I know Tom's like, come on, guys. This is Spine-Sick? What's going on?
62. You guys
are still going. Yeah, Sleepy, we're still going. We like to talk. You know? And this was a celebration for Sam. Once again, happy birthday, Sam. We went into the next day, but it's all good. Sam would love this. I agree. And Billy Power Max Station, my man. Bobby, did I get a hardcore station? Thanks everybody for still being here. There's still a few people in here. I love the heck out of it. I like to thank all of you. Tom, thank you for finally being on my show, man.
Yeah. I enjoyed it a lot, man.
Hell yeah.
Might have to have him back on.
Yeah,
you're super dope.
Hopefully we could have you back on, talk about other stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And this was a lot of fun. I love when you took over. And I was just there, like I said, relaxing. I love that whole thing. We finally got Tom to talk. You know what I mean? I was loving it. You know what I'm saying? He was just so giddy, and this is why I love doing it. This is why I invited you. Thanks, Brandon and Fargate, everybody who came in here to talk some Spider-Man with me.
That seemed like yesterday when they came in.
It was a whole day.
They were here? What was that?
Yeah, Phable Steph, thank you so much. I'm always gonna thank you for doing this with me all the time. Not only tonight, on Sunday. Because guys, real quick, Sunday is gonna be a special day. Because Sunday, we're gonna boom. That's time Play Phable Tonight returns.
Yes.
New year, still
New
awesome
year.
show. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna cover Driven and all that with Nick the comic nerd he was here yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
here yesterday.
Yeah.
Right.
We found a new bit.
It's the truth. So.
yeah. So yeah, guys, Whiplash Wednesdays, and thank you for doing this with us. Like I said, that's going to be our next show. I'm going to have a haul video maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. I don't even have a thumbnail for it. The Amazing Collector's Edition show will be on Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern. We're going to have Omar, so I got to put that thumbnail back on here. And then I don't have an agenda yet for next week's show, so I just show the regular thumbnail. We're back at it, 8:30 p.m. I'm not going to promise, but I will be on time that next time. You know what I mean? And it really won't be this long. This was for Sam, for his birthday. Happy birthday, Sam. We're celebrating Sam. So
love you, bro.
let me put it up there. Happy birthday, Sam. Love you. Rest in peace, brother. 50 years old and all that today. I miss you. And all that, guys. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna end it like that. Tom, thank you very much. Thank everybody. And then till next time, guys. Of course, peace out, station, all that, mama, jamma. And I'm gonna end it with the start again because that was our new thing. Thank you, Manny, for the video. Phable for the music. So I'm gonna end it with that. Then with the thank you at the end. So love everyone. Station. See you on Sunday. Out.
Station, guys.